Happy New Year!
Hey, hello everybody!
James.
Welcome to another Wednesday night, and welcome to Spelljammer Iron Valor. It's so good to see you. I'm excited to be here with our cast here. A couple of bookkeeping things real quick. First off, I want to give a shout out to our partner, Nine Realms Gaming. They create top-notch gaming accessories from the finest woods this realm and the multiverse has to offer. Visit ninerealmsgaming.com and use our exclusive partner code LIAR10 to get 10% off. It's a deal. You should go do it. I recommend it. Secondly, shout out to Mithro Armory. They create unique TTRPG items for everyone to enjoy on their adventures. You can grab their Tin 20 or their D&D graphic tees on their website at mithroarmory.com. Lastly, I want to give a big shout out to Tailspire for the system that we are using, a virtual tabletop system. It's really useful. It's a ton of fun. If you don't have it yet, it's available on Steam, and it's a ton of fun to make maps on. And then I want to give a huge shout out to the creators on Tales Tavern, where it's a space where you can download a bunch of different things from for Tailspire, and it helps save time, and as well it just shows off the creativity of amazing creators who are working away on maps and other things going on in our game. And just a reminder for everybody who's here tonight, Valor tokens, when we inevitably get in combat, help grant players luck and party blessings and curses, and you get tokens simply by watching the stream. So use the command exclamation point commands, all one word. So like the exclamation point commands, and to see ways that you can influence the game. And that being said, tonight, let's shoot for the stars, crew, and let's begin our Spelljammer Iron Valor game. Welcome back. Yet again, I'm always blown away by that opening intro. It's so cool. It's so fun to kind of see our characters, see the world of Spelljammer, of space, and of planes. As we start our session this week, each week I hope to have each one of the crew give a little bit of an introduction through our Captain's Log. And this week, who none better to assist us in kind of telling what's going on than the captain himself, Leon Greer. Captain.
Captain's Log. So, when last we left, Drizzle had a wedding. I hear it was very long. I heard there were lots of vows and lots of objections. Meanwhile, we had a bit of a class reunion as we ran into some of our old classmates from Spelljammer Academy. They were dressed up as the guards for the wedding, going after the same artifact that we were after. I know Jasmine had a very close encounter with one of the captains in particular, but me and Bleasdoid made sure that he was the one left for dead. We made it downstairs into the secret chamber. We found the treasure chest, and after some very quick thinking from yours truly, as far as cutting wires and things like that, we made an explosive escape. And our resident pilot, our little spider friend, flew down and picked everyone up. It was all according to plan, obviously. And so now here we are, flying through astral space, enjoying the spoils of another heist well done. And our story continues.
And as you soar along through... Brandon, your phone might be nearby your mic. Brandon's mic it sputters a little bit when his phone is nearby it, so we might have to tell him sometimes.
Yeah, we're good.
So, as we follow ourselves from last week, right? The Eternity, your ship, the former flagship of Spelljammer Academy, now stolen by your crew, takes off, soaring through the material plane up into the atmosphere, into wild space and beyond, eventually escaping into the astral sea. You feel the ship shudder and quake as it leaves the gravitational pulls of both the material plane and its wild space, and then eventually level out as you begin to skiff across the astral sea itself. You notice as your ship moves along the astral sea that it leaves behind it a wake of violet and blue as it seems to spread currents across the arcane weave, the full essence of the astral sea made up of magic, dreams, and thoughts. Your ship moves through all of that, drifting lazily along, and we find our crew sprawled across the deck, or standing and tending to one another, while your young Nyogi companion, who looks like a cross between a giant worm and a spider, stands at the helm and is sort of lightly directing the ship along the astral sea, as you all have just emerged from an explosion and are now recovering yourselves with your prize. What do you do?
Leon's gonna dust himself off, looking quite pleased with himself. He's going to pick up the little artifact. Remind me again what we got.
It's a map, isn't it?
Yeah, as you look at it, you are holding it, Leon, and you can see that it looks to be a brass map case covered in arcane runes and glittering stars that swirl around it. And you think, as you notice and look at this object, that it seems to, one, constantly be shifting in the way that the constellations are forming on it, and two, you are given this sense as you hold this object of the enormity of the universe around you. Not necessarily a sense that you're small, but just how big everything else is.
He takes a minute to admire the swirling patterns on this map case. Like I said, quite pleased with himself. And then immediately he steps out of it. And he looks over, he says, please, Jasmine, how are you guys? And Laura, do that thing that you do. The healing.
Jazz is face down, ass up, smoke curling off.
I'm just laying there on my
crumpled,
back, groaning.
Yeah, I'm working on it, Captain. And it's gonna lay on hands for like 5 for each of you. So it's just gonna touch Jasmine on her back and touch Bleeze on whatever like upper arm that she can reach at the same time and be like, there you go. They're alive. Not good, but they're alive.
But alive.
Why does this always happen?
What happened?
What'd you get?
Leon cut the wrong runes.
Twice.
Well, I think that there's an argument to be made that the room wasn't open and then the room was open.
Exactly. We only look. Options were limited. I had to make a call, but I knew that Franklin was coming with the ship, and this was the best way to get us on. Good catch, by the way, Franklin. Solid job. Glad we kept you around.
No problem, Uncle. It's really fun to fly the ship when you let me do it.
Yeah. As far as what we got, and he will present the map case to the rest of the crew.
You present this map case, and again, all of you see as this map case looks to be just a swirling form of constellations of stars glittering, intermingled with various arcane runes inscribed upon the case itself. It is made entirely of brass, and as each of you look at it, you get this sense that Leon just experienced of how big the universe is. Again, not that you are small, but simply that the universe is enormous. And as you all look at this for a moment, you all recall also that the person who directed you to this map is named Balthazar Brand, a Balor who lives in Dis, one of the planes of the Nine Hells, and operates a casino there called All Souls Are Welcome. And he was the one who provided you the encrypted information about where this map was located, telling you that the Academy very much wanted this map. And he, Balthazar Brand, would be, very excited to get his hands on it as well. You stand there all looking at it as Leon, you hold it out.
Think through all the options. Noink, do you think you could get this in the boat? Just formatted into the Eternity?
There might be a way to integrate it into the ship itself.
Could you you wouldn't download a ship, but could you download it to the ship, and then we can give Balthazar old copy, but we have new copy in the boat?
So what you're wanting is to keep a copy for ourselves. I like how you're thinking.
Yeah.
Gives a certain amount of leverage. Not a bad idea.
I could probably work something out.
Good. Well, please work on that. And Franklin set a course for All Souls Welcome.
All right, aye, Captain. On our way. How do I set a course?
Please, you want to help
fly the
them
ship.
out? Yeah.
I'm gonna need someone who's not Franklin to give for me a shipwright check. This is a unique skill to Spelljammer. This is a skill about how well do you know the ship? How well can you captain or command or repair or whatever it may involve on this ship? It is that check. And this is to see sort of how effectively you set a course to the Nine Hells and to Dis itself. So who would like to give me that check as Franklin calls for aid?
That
Shipwright.
Shipwright.
Intelligence, wisdom, charisma.
It is a skill on your character sheet in D&D Beyond.
Yeah,
At
you
the
and me
bottom.
have the highest.
Oh, right,
sure.
right. Okay, yeah, I see it.
Yep.
Bleeze, you want to do it?
I think I can help you out there, Captain.
Awesome. So you'll roll with advantage. as
Oh,
you're
that's
getting-
good.
It's very good that you have advantage, yes.
And better. 17.
17, cool. You go up and Franklin, this small semi-worm, semi-spider, about the size of a decent-sized mastiff, so actually maybe almost a little bit bigger than you, please, Noik.
Good chance.
That's correct. Franklin goes, oh, thanks, Dad. Yeah, can you just show me how to work the controls again? I just can't remember this. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, son, over here.
And you begin to help Franklin slowly sort of set the ship up, to set it onto a course towards this. And one of the nice things that you know about the Eternity and other spelljamming ships is that you can set courses and the ship will take you in that direction. If something happened, you would have to take manual control. The ship will just continue along a straight path. For the most part, it will avoid larger objects, but this is more or less just kind of getting you in that direction. And then you and Franklin finish setting this up. for Franklin.
Like cruise control, but it like senses if something's coming towards it. It's like somebody's gonna have to steer the ship.
Yeah. This is like Tesla autopilot for cars, right? As long as you stay within the lanes and don't do anything weird, nothing else happens, you should be okay, hopefully. So
Hopefully.
awesome. The ship begins to go. And as you all start to separate, Bliznoik, you hold the map case in your hands. You can see each of you around you, the planes of existence, swirling like massive galaxies in the weave of the astral sea. And they are around, below, and above you. You can see now, just now going off into the distance away from your ship, the material plane, swirling like some massive galaxy itself. You can see the intermixing like the nebula clouds in space of what would be called wild space, the in-between of a plane of existence in the astral sea. And you drift away from it and start to instead join your ship to the many asteroids and once mighty corpses of long dead gods that drift aimlessly throughout the astral sea. And you fade into the darkness and vanish. Now I'm curious. It's going to take a chunk of days. Well over 2 weeks.
Died. End of campaign. We faded.
Thank you for coming.
I was like, that was a good episode.
Into the sunset. Yeah, it will take 2 weeks to get to Dis. So I'm a little curious. I would love to hear a bit about what life is like upon the ship, and what do you all get up to?
Over the course of the next day or two, Lore would check in with Bleeze and with Jazz without checking in with them. Just, hey, do you need it? What's up? How's it go? Okay, great, yeah. Nope, and just go elsewhere after about a short, abrupt conversation of making sure you weren't dead. And at some point during the next few days, I think there'd be other conversations as well, but that would happen more immediately. That's very much just, that's how Lore shows they care.
Drizzle will be on her regular grind of just being in rooms where other people are, whether or not they're aware of it. She'll just regularly show up. She'll be spending a lot of time with Franklin and with occasionally just being somewhere on the ship and nobody knows where she is, but it's cool, she's probably fine. But otherwise, she's just kind of bopping around, at least in the immediate future.
I think Bliznoik is definitely going to be working on trying to find a way to replicate or download this map. He's going to be doing a lot of tinkering, just getting his room more adjusted and situated for whatever this map may end up holding for us.
Yeah.
Jazz would probably spend the first couple of days doing some stitching down in her lab, making a couple of new servants because one of them was destroyed in the last siege. So she'll spend some time fixing that up, and then she might go help Bliznoik after some boredom.
Leon will probably spend a good chunk of time in his room, corresponding with different contacts and planning our next moves and stuff. When he does venture out, he'd probably it seemed like boxing with Lore or something, training, and just like generally making sure that the vibes on the ship are good.
Nice. Yeah. I want to jump for a moment. As we come into these days, the field is yours to the conversations you wish to have. And I'm kind of curious about any conversations, Lore, that you were going to have with your colleagues here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'll take the first moment actually to swoop in on Leon, because if they're training or boxing, there wouldn't be too much other than lighthearted chatter, but there's a few things on Lore's mind. And when they're taking a break, maybe, drinking some water, kind of setting some stuff down, Laura's gonna be like, so, Captain Leon, I was listening over the earpiece that whole time. How many of those people did you murk exactly?
Like 2 or 3.
Like 2 or 3?
Yeah.
Did they all need to be murked?
Defended myself. Okay.
Okay.
Look,
Yeah.
the first guy we ran into, I might have threw him down a flight of stairs, but he didn't die. And there was this captain. He definitely, well, he almost killed Jazz.
You gotta take the captains out.
Yeah.
They're the ones with the orders.
And I think one guy we just intimidated and then pistol whipped. So, look, I'm not out here taking lives indiscriminately.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. Just about the idea of you knocking someone shitless with a pistol.
Yeah, them laser pistols got a nice heft to them, you can real hard. And
Hell of an invention.
I know, right?
Well,
Heard you got into a couple of attacks yourself.
yeah, we didn't murk anybody though. A tree tried to murk me though. Literally, I know I'm strong. There were a bunch of people at that wedding, so getting out was kind of the answer in that sense. You guys had a little more close range. I got to do a fight though. I had a fight for Drizzle's honor. That was fun. Yeah, I was not not fighting. That would have been boring. And then when we tried to escape, some druid thought they had it under control and, popped a tree out at us. And that was a little bit of a wrench in the plans, but Franklin came through, so.
Nothing you couldn't handle. Sounds like a regular day in the office.
Yeah, it was pretty straightforward. You guys handled yourself too, but had me worried there a couple times.
Don't be. I had everything under control.
I believe it. Can't believe Spelljammer showed up though. Academy.
Yeah, that was weird.
Aren't they supposed to not be interfering?
Yeah, well, I think we all know by now that the code is just a bunch of bullshit. So.
Oh yeah. No, it's there when it serves them. My question is, did they go because they were interested or because somebody tipped them off?
You think they knew we were there?
It's possible.
Honestly, I hadn't considered that. I figured they just wanted the map.
Yeah, don't get too paranoid, but it's a possibility that we should entertain, I guess.
As you both sit there entertaining that thought for but a moment, you hear a quick knock at your door as you're in Leon's room.
Come in.
The door sort of slumps, it struggles to open for a second, struggles again, and then eventually slides open, and you see an undead zombie dressed up in a tuxedo, sort of just with a tray of tea in its hand, and it's just like,
Does Jazz have full control over those things, or do they become autonomous or autonomous servant? Can
I don't know
Yeah.
what I don't want to know. These things always creep me the fuck out.
tea's tea, but
You're gonna love the ones I take to the casino then.
Earl Grey.
Earl Grey.
hell with it. And Laurel definitely grab. Thanks. Do you have a name?
Earl
Thanks, Earl.
Grey.
Yeah, okay. You know what? This has been a great session, Leon, and gonna get you again tomorrow, okay?
Yeah, of course.
Gotta stay on top of things, Captain and all.
Right. Leon will take the tea from Earl, put it on his desk. He does not drink it.
Drink your zombie tea. Laura calls over her shoulder as she leaves.
Earl's my favorite.
I think Drizzle has something she would like to do if you guys are having your tea. She's been showing up in Jasmine's workroom, just hanging out in the back. She's gotten good at being quiet. And what she essentially waits for is a day when you're already meeting with Noik. Because I know that that's a day that you're kind of down for talking because you were willing to have another person be in there. So you're in there working together. So, I have a question for both, mostly for Jazz, but for both of you, I guess.
You two are working together as Drizzle is asking this, and one of the things that you've noticed is it's actually somewhat been hard to open the case, but you think that you're pretty close to cracking open the map case itself and being able to look inside of it as Drizzle poses this question. So you've made a lot of headway in this process, and you're pretty close.
I look down at it. I have 3 questions, actually. Now, first question, what if you just hit it with a hammer?
If we did that, it would either damage the contents inside or not work at all.
Thought about it too.
Okay.
It's always
Okay.
option 1.
That's fair. My second question is, with all the dead gods kind of like bumper carring us right now, what do you guys think about godhood in general? Like as a thought.
I think it might be a little bit overrated.
Are you talking about just being a god or just gods in general?
Both. It could be like, what do you think about these big ugly guys? Or it could be, what do you think about being a big ugly guy yourself? You know, with the omnipotence and the obligations.
It is a little
Sounds like a lot of
restrictive.
hassle.
Yeah. You don't... There's more than one way to get immortality. And definitely not the most appealing way, in my opinion.
Are you wanting to be a god?
No, I don't think so. I was just kind of thinking about it because I haven't had a lot to do, honestly, because it takes a long time to get to hell. It's been, I don't know, more than 3 days. I don't know how many days it's been, but it's been quite a while, and I've just been sitting and I've been looking out the window and I've been seeing the gods. And you know, I think it would be better to be a god than to sit here for the next week and a half, I guess, but I don't know if it would be so good that I wouldn't regret it.
I mean, that's an interesting take on it. Just being a god for a week so you're not bored.
That'd be
But
pretty
then
fun.
It would get old.
Not after a week, though.
There's certain
A
places you
week of-
can't go, certain things you can't do.
Says who? You're a god.
Yeah.
The other gods.
Oh, well, but we
Fight
would
'em.
get rid of those.
Yeah.
So you're thinking like
This is all hypothetical. Like if you were just
the
the
god.
Yeah, the god.
Yeah, you are the one and only true omnipotent god. It's like a whole restructuring process.
Okay. What would
Not-
you do?
Me? Or Drizzle?
Drizzle.
I think Drizzle's interesting. Probably have a better answer.
I feel like I would do whatever you guys want me to do.
Jasmine, you already play god.
Not yet.
You're trying.
I'm close.
Well, anyway, it's just something to think about. The actual question that I came in to ask is, do you guys still have the rock?
The what?
The rock. Felix's rock thing. His, like, magic
Oh,
rock.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, well, I'm just checking in on it because I really feel like it's a plot important device. And it's gotta become important at some point.
Well, we haven't really been focusing on it, honestly. This last
Oh.
heist has been
Yeah, no. I know it's not like it feels like laying the groundwork for a later reveal.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah, it's like
very thoughtful.
foreshadowing as loudly as you possibly can, I guess.
Where is the rock?
I think it's probably somewhere in Bleez's shop.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
I wouldn't have it with my
It's
stuff.
chilling somewhere in my shop.
Okay. Right.
Somewhere.
You have it locked up, right?
The jar.
Yeah.
You don't have it locked up.
Yeah.
We smash cut to Franklin is holding it. And you see this like crystal marble with a pinprick black source of energy in the center of it. And you can see that Franklin sort of like, but Dad always leaves the ball out to play with, and so I kind of just roll it back and forth up and down the room for a little bit, and just it was rolling this marble of pure unbridled energy, or at least the destruction of it, just sort of up and down the room.
Straight up dark
back
matter.
to Lee's knowing, going, yeah, I locked it up.
Yeah.
Where'd you lock it up?
It's in my shop.
Hmm.
Down in the bottom of the ship.
Maybe I'll give you an arcane chest so you can at least put that in there. I have,
Oh yeah. Good
I think,
idea.
a spare.
Either that, or we could probably just find something better than where it's at. Like, just kind of have it on a workbench.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, those were all the questions I had, so I guess now I'll just help you guys.
As you say that, Felix, you
Felix.
You said Felix. So.
Felix the whole time.
Name change.
You are working away at this canister, and you please know, like at some point, just like you pop it open, and the lid rolls off, and the entirety of the brass case, like almost like cloth at that point. Originally it was hard, but the second you get the lid off, it becomes soft like a tapestry and begins to unfurl itself along the workbench.
Oh,
Wow.
would you look?
So it was just stuck on.
Looking at this, you can see that the map itself is the case, but on the inverse side, you can see that instead of just a brass coloration covered in runes and little glittering crystal stars, you instead see that the inside of the map appears as a vibrant violet sheet, littered again with miniature arcane symbols in the shape of stars that rotate slowly. And they seem to almost lift partially off of the map, rising up in three-dimensional space. As you all for a moment have a chance to look at this map, you see that at the center of the map is a pair of beautiful runes like eyes. And from each of your angles and vantage points that you look at the map, you can see that the eyes seem to track your vision and try to look and lock onto you, as if they're like one of those paintings that follow you. That feeling of how big the universe is intensifies on each of you as the map lays open in front of you.
Do I recognize any of these runes or like?
Because of your skill in arcanomancy and your knowledge as to arcane theory, you can recognize like on the outset that this item requires attunement, and that these runes are part of that process.
Okay. This is what, like day 3 into our 2-week journey?
Mm-hmm.
One of us has to attune to it to read it.
Looks like it'd be a little bit of work to try and
Copy.
download or copy. I don't know if
Memorize might be a better idea.
true.
Memorize the universe?
Just this particular part of it.
Cool. Should we go get Leon? I can bubble him.
I mean, it's a significant development, but we don't know what it says yet.
Okay.
You can just tell him that it's open. have to do some reading now.
Now the fun can begin.
As Bliznoik, you're looking at this object, whereas Jasmine is smart enough and kind of well versed within the schools to tell immediately that this requires attunement based upon these runes. Bliznoik, you have a little bit more focus on the practical. How do things operate, and how are they structured? And you, with your shared intelligences, both of you, you know how to attune to this object almost immediately. And as you're putting it together for a second, as Drizzle, you are responding to them talking about whether or not you should tell Leon and Lore.
Polluting and hopping up the stairs.
You are leaving the room. As Bliznoik, how you attune to this object is that you can see those two runic eyes in the center. You have to stare at those eyes for 48 hours straight.
No blinking?
It doesn't seem like it.
Oh.
It's a staring contest.
With the map?
With the map.
Who doesn't need to blink?
And
Mr. Gray
For
himself.
two days.
Earl?
Earl does not need to blink.
Earl.
Not having Earl attuned to this map, he wouldn't know what to do with it.
You notice as Earl comes in and goes, "Tea."
Thank you, Earl.
It stares at the map.
No, Earl, stop.
Oh, a map.
His
Hmm.
vocabulary grows so
Would you
much.
like some Earl Grey?
Yeah.
She'll pass one of the cups to you.
Earl shuffles away.
Oh, okay.
After providing the tea.
Yeah. Thank you.
The tea is just made out of Earl.
Okay.
Gray
Essence
matter.
of Earl.
Gray
Yeah. Bits of him in cloth.
Well, I mean, I could attempt it. I mean,
Do you think you could keep your eyes open?
with tape.
What if you removed your eyelids?
That sounds horribly unnecessary. Leon has an eye that doesn't need to close ever.
That's fair.
Good point.
Or I could suffer through it. I really don't care. I don't need to
Wait,
sleep as much as he does. I
couldn't
don't
he
actually
just-
sleep.
Take his eye out and just leave it there? Like, he could go do what he wants to?
Maybe. I don't think so. I don't think his eye has Bluetooth.
Yeah, he does.
Have you ever seen him take it out?
Oh yeah, no, I've helped him with that a few times.
Does it work when it's not in his head?
Unless it's attached with a wire.
As you two go back and forth, debating whether or not Leon has Bluetooth in his eye, we drift away from that and we follow Drizzle. Drizzle, where are you headed? What are you doing?
I'm essentially gonna, I'm going to send my little bubble buddy, essentially like little Glinda style opalescent bubbles kind of pop out of my finger as though you were blowing it out, kind of drifts under the door frame and into Leon's captain's quarters and kind of bubble up into the air to make like essentially in text speak, downstairs, cool map, looking at you, kid. And that's all it says, but it's floating over your desk. And then I'm gonna go check on Franklin and hang out with Franklin and my bubble buddy for a while and talk about what Franklin would do if he was God.
Leon, you get this text message bubble in front of you, and you're sitting at your desk when in addition to the text message you get like a boop, boop notification on your mirror that hangs on the side of the wall. These mirrors, you are aware, these mirrors, there's one in every room, and there are ways to communicate across the ship to one another. But there are also ways to communicate with others off of the ship. They serve as a way of sending spells, basically, if you need to, but more kind of permanent, and imagine kind of like a Zoom or a Skype sort of video conferencing.
I'll take a picture of the. I'll take like a screenshot of the bubble message and send it over to Lore, so that way they get the message too.
God damn.
Like a mirror selfie, and then I'll finish the rest of my tea and head on down to Bleeze's quarters and see what this thing's all about.
As you start finishing your tea again, your mirror boop, boop, blips, and you can tell that you have a message from not someone on the ship. Someone is sending you a message.
Oh, I bet it's your boy Balthazar. I open it up.
You open it up and you see seated across from you on a desk is a woman you've not yet met. You can see that she has silver white hair that's pulled back into a massive braid that drapes down around her shoulders, and she holds it almost like a scarf tucked in. And you see that she is wearing blood red, like captain's uniform with the doublet and the buttons going down it. You can see that sitting on the desk in front of her and in front of you is a very ornate looking laser pistol. And she is with gloves in hand and fingers crossed, a warm cup of tea steeping in front of her. She is looking and says, "Captain Leon Greer, such a pleasure. Your reputation,
caller ID on this ship.
Your reputation precedes you."
Yeah. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
You are speaking to Dread Pirate Exani, leader of the rebellion.
Oh.
Oh.
You know the rebellion to be basically a coalition of pirates across the universe. They can never agree on what name they decided, so eventually they just picked something really lame like the rebellion, and there are still grumblings about it to this day among the pirate captains. But you know that she, this woman that you were speaking to, leads this, and she is a person of a high power in the pirate courts.
Name again?
Aksani.
Aksani.
Yeah.
Wow.
She appears to be elvish in some way. She looks like she's probably like in her, if we did like human years for an elf, she's like in her late 70s or 80s. Like she's been around for a long time. Great heist that you performed on Will-O-Wisp over there. First thing you do, you get away from the academy. Good job. Second thing you do, you break the Prime Doctrine. Great job again. Always nice to stick it to academy rules.
We aren't the first ones to break the Prime Doctrine, but it's nice to know that our exploits are being heard around the rebellion.
Oh, not just heard, Leon. Talked about, bragged about. People are excited by you and your crew.
He tries to keep it together, but a smile does creep up on his face upon hearing that. Like he tries to be professional, but he smiles. He says, so to what do I have the pleasure? What can I do for you?
From one pirate to another, I think you have a future in the pirating game. I've been around for a long time, and I think you're gonna do well. You should swing by sometime. Meet up. We can maybe chat and talk about what it means for you, Leon, to take up a mantle of Dread Pirate. The second point of business, not to, compliment you any further. Keep a set of eyes in the back of your head. The Academy is tracking you. I don't know how. But them showing up at Will-O-Wisp was not a surprise. And I would hate to see your talents go to waste.
Thank you for that little tidbit of information. I'll definitely look into it. And yeah, I think I would like to meet. We do have some business to attend to currently, but
Yeah, I'll call you. Don't worry.
call me. Okay.
But know that we're watching. We're impressed.
Expect to continue to be impressed.
All right, I'll keep my expectations high. Boop, boop. And the mirror turns off.
Red Pirate Leon Greer. Kind of like the sound of that. He'll get up and head on downstairs now.
You make your way downstairs. Lore, you've received on your mirror boop, boop, a screenshot of Drizzle's text message.
All right. Sure. Why not? And he's gonna also meander down toward. Well, I'm across. I think if I'm in my room anyway. Well, it depends.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Are you guys at? Are you guys at Bleeze's? Okay. Then yeah, across. We're on the same level.
I mean, if everybody is going to the workshop, Drizzle is kind of everywhere on the boat all the time, and so is Franklin. So if everyone's heading there, she'll probably work her way there in a minute too. She hates being left out any of the time, but it'll take her a second.
She's a Leo.
She's a Pisces.
Oh my fucking god.
Are you all in Bleeznoik's room or Bleeznoik's workshop down at the bottom part of the ship?
His workshop, I think.
No, because the orb is in the workshop, right? I thought Franklin was
Orb
playing.
is in the workshop. I thought
So you guys were at Jazz's.
I thought we were in Jazz's workshop.
Oh no,
Oh,
you guys don't get to go
oh.
in there.
Yeah, no, you're so we'll settle this and say you're in Bleeznoik's room.
Yeah, my room.
Bleeznoik, do us a favor as everyone's gathering here. Drizzle, you'll be here in just a moment.
Yeah,
What does
I'm
your
in the
room
workshop
look
with my
like?
son right now.
Yeah, what does your room look like, please?
Is there a cutout of Bleeze's room?
Yeah, it is. It's
Yeah.
a second to last floor on the ship.
I'm creeping by the doorway.
2 more down.
More down?
Oh no, that's it. Yeah, that one, and then in the back corner. Yeah.
Right here? Yeah. That's what I thought.
So,
Oi! Who shot me?
Bleeznoik, what does your room look like?
Got all kinds. There's metal scraps on the floor. It's not much of a room. There's a bed.
There isn't
About the only thing that really resembles a bedroom. Everything else is just workshop, metal, random bits of fabric all over the place. Got a beautiful fireplace over here. And I also have a nice little brewery going so that we can have our own branded alcohol.
Like the sound
Ta-da.
of that.
It's gonna be
Where do
nice.
you keep your jar of meat?
That's right over here on the fireplace mantle.
Yay. Drizzle gets very excited that you still have it every time she sees it.
You all begin to arrive. Drizzle, was there anything you wanted to get done down when you were by Franklin? Came up?
I don't have like a bag of holding or anything, right?
Not currently, no.
Okay, so Drizzle like picks up the orb and she looks at it and she spends some time, like pondering the void and staring at the tiny black dot and considering trying to like fit it in her pocket or have her bubble carried around or something, but her pockets don't fit it. And also she's not supposed to really steal things from the people behind the curtain, so she's gonna leave it. She's gonna put it back on the shelf a little bit too high for Franklin, and probably like 5 or 7 minutes after everyone else is gathered with a map, she'll join everybody.
Are you trying to hide this from Franklin? That you're
I'm not trying to, I'm with Franklin.
right.
I'm just putting it on a higher shelf.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you arrive, right? You can see that Franklin was sort of playing with this ball, and you see again that it looks to be some like pure glass object. And inside this object, you can see that it's covered in some arcane runes, but you can see that it looks as though there's a pinprick of black energy in the center of this object. And you get this sense that everything is being pulled towards it, and that some arcane, magical effect is occurring in the center here. But you are also getting the sense that this is an extremely volatile object, should it be in the wrong hands or be hurt too heavily. So you go and you put it at a higher place.
Playing with it when I come in. If it rolls across the floor, I'm gonna pick it up. Franklin,
Yeah?
have you ever pondered?
Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe.
That's fair. I'm not sure if I have either. Have you ever yearned?
All right, you're using large words that I haven't really incorporated in my vocabulary yet.
What I want you to do, because I'm a year older than you, is come over here.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna pick up the ball so that it's I'm gonna squat down so it's at like eye height for both of us. I want you to ponder the void.
Okay. All right, I'll ponder the void.
Because the thing is, do you remember Franklin? I'll say as we're settling into it, just staring into it like,
My boy.
remember, and you might not because you were a baby, but I was a baby too around the same time. Do you remember what it was like to be a part of something much bigger than yourself?
Yes, I do.
What it was like to be plugged in?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's what this is.
Being plugged in? Should we plug it in?
I think...
Should we become part of it?
Yeah, but not now. Probably, right? What do you think?
I mean, I'm pondering the void, and I always hear, Auntie Laura say, "Go for it," and just go for stuff. And so I think we should just do it.
That's not what Laura says to me at all.
I think she likes me more than you.
Do you?
Wait, what? No, I like you. I love you, Mom.
Well, I love you. It's okay if Laura likes you more than like me. Okay, what I'm thinking is that we should wait for Jasmine and Bleasnoid to tell us we can do it. Okay, we wait for Jasmine and Bleasnoid to tell us we can do it, and then Leon has to say, yes, I agree, and then we can do it.
Okay, I'm so on board with that, and I like cutting middle people out of situations. So like, if we don't wait for Jasmine or Dad to say anything about it, and we just go for it on like a date that we choose ourselves, I think we'd be pretty set.
I feel like they'd be pretty annoyed. They're looking at a map right now. I think they'd be pretty annoyed if we got sucked into the void before we got to hell. So maybe after we wrap up the map stuff.
I was thinking like we would just pick like a random day, like a year from now or something like that.
A year from now?
You're right. Let's say like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Mom, go enjoy the map. I'm gonna go just keep tidying up down here. Love you, Mom.
Okay, love you.
Bye.
I joined you guys. Whatever you guys were doing before then. Sorry.
What the fuck?
I like this idea of, sorry, I was planning potentially a suicide pact with my child.
It seems that way to me.
They're both bad influences on each other. Like,
Boy.
I think we should wait. Well, Laura always says go for it. Have you ever pondered the void? Like,
No Don't bring me into this.
I'm going to throw myself into the darkness.
All right. Drizzle comes in like minutes later as you all are looking at this map, now fabric-like, laying across Bleasnoik's table here, one of his workshop benches. And you can see the runic eyes. The information has been conveyed to each of you that to attune to this would require 48 hours of direct staring at these two runic eyes. What do you all do as you arrive? What are you talking about?
So which one of you is taping your eyelids open?
Well, it's either gonna be me or Leon because I don't need to sleep, and Leon has a mechanical eye.
Detach your eye and just leave it here? Like, does it work like that?
Don't think it works like that.
How often do you take it out and clean it?
Like
once a week. Usually.
Yeah.
I mean, he usually.
He keeps it in a cup of water next to his bed, like old people with their teeth.
Puts denture cream in there.
Visine.
Oh, tablet goes in there to kind of freshen it up.
Fizz it up and keep it
Yeah.
clean. Visine tabs. But no, about once a week. But when I take it out, oh, wait. Everybody shut up.
Huh.
Talk about this right now. I've learned that Spelljammer Academy is trapped somehow.
Oh.
Oh.
Do you think it's a bug on the ship that they own? Or did own for many years?
Yeah, do you think they're just like tapping into the GPS?
That would be the best case scenario. Worst,
Because Blease could definitely find it. I
yeah.
think.
Worst case scenario, and he'll tap his eye. I
Ooh.
did kind of get this from them.
We already checked it. We took the camera out.
Wasn't that? Yeah, you guys did check it after the footage from the thing that happened when we were in the academy.
Right. I'm just covering all of our bases. Maybe there was a track. Look, listen, please. I know you're fantastic at your job, but maybe there was a tracker that we missed. But we
The ones
need-
that weren't labeled.
yeah, the ones that didn't say recorder on it, right?
Yeah. That's fair. do you
Please,
wanna
you can
do about it,
identify
Captain?
things, can't you?
Yeah.
Maybe run another one on his eye, and
Yeah, I could do that.
or I can. Doesn't really matter.
Please, you can check the ship. Jasmine, you can handle the eye.
I will identify the ship.
Then who's gonna stare at the map for 48 hours?
This shouldn't take but a few hours. We have 48 hours to get to him, but I do want to do it on a clean ship with no lurking trackers or anything like that on us.
It's a good idea.
Got a
Did
solid
anybody
point.
else bring anything from the academy?
I mean, we can check my personal effects, but they were my personal effects before the academy too.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything like that. I mean, but this is their ship, and this eye and I got this eye from them. So
Yeah.
one of the two.
It's worth a look into.
When Drizzle enters. Depending on how good their tracking is, we have 3 pieces of organic material. I don't know what the conversation is, but we do have some of their organic material. We have a jar full of meat. We've got Bleasnoik's entire body that they made, and then lore.
What about? Oh my god! Seriously?
Just genetically, I don't really know how
Admiralty-
tracking works, but do you think they can track like DNA, like through
I
5?
guess if there was like a magic
You
spell.
can track people you're familiar with.
I mean, yeah, but
It won't
that-
show you spaces that you haven't visited yourself. Holy shit, that's a loud ass plane. Excuse me.
Yeah, I know,
That's
like,
just
I mean,
Franklin.
I know
Yeah.
Scry's a thing and stuff, but I don't think we can do much about that.
Can we scry proof the ship?
With lead.
Yeah, if we just used lead paint on every surface.
I'm sure that wouldn't have any adverse health effects.
Yeah, probably not. That's actually really good for you.
There's certainly ways to scry-proof the ship. it would require you to do a fair amount of like overhaul on the ship to do so, which would probably require you to have some sort of dock or some place to do repairs, to do fixing. It would not be easy to do out in the astral sea.
If we get paid enough when we land, maybe we can get that done at the dock.
Yeah.
You think Spelljammer's gonna attack us in hell?
Wouldn't put it past them.
Captain, on a scale of like 1 to more than that, how tight are we with Balthazar? Because Jeremy does work there, but like, do you think we're chill to just be like, hey?
I've worked with Balthazar in the past, right?
Yeah, actually, so give me I'll give you just raw information, but we're gonna see like if you've picked up other information that's never been actually conveyed to you, but that your insight or your perception is good enough to have clued in with you. So give me either an insight or perception check, Leon, as you are now kind of recalling all of the little pieces.
I'll give you a perception check.
Cool.
Since I roll those with advantage for some reason, is that because I have
It's because of your eye.
Ah, yes. That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. As you start to put together clues, the first thing you know is that the All Souls Welcome Casino is one of many across the multiverse, kind of neutral grounds. The Academy, the Gith, who are at war with one another, and pirates, they all are welcome there, particularly because the sanctuary that Balthazar Brand provides to individuals who come to his casino. He sort of does not let fights go down if he can help it. You and Balthazar Brand, you and your crew have done a number of jobs for him over the years, as well as many of the other pirates that you know of who are kind of across the multiverse, and you know that Balthazar has always appreciated your work. He is pretty chummy with you and has provided you a lead that otherwise he probably hadn't given to anyone else within the pirating community. I will note that you have heard of Balthazar selling out other pirates for profit. That Balthazar is in it to win it and is willing to do that, though for you are not certain. And he's always kind of played it straight with you. He's not really lied to you before. Last and not least, something that you've kind of put together is that you recall 1 or 2 times where Balthazar has indicated to you that, without trying to, that something else is going on in his life, that something else has been bothering him. He's never indicated whether or not it's Spelljammer Academy or not, but that that more recently, in the last couple of years, Balthazar has gotten more secretive in what he's doing. Before, in the first couple of years, he was basically an open book to people. He would be very much like working out in public, knowing how powerful he was. And he's, over the last couple of years, gotten more and more secretive in his work.
Okay. Yeah, with all that in mind, I'll say, Balthazar's always played it straight with me. I mean, I'm sure he has his own stuff going on, but we have a pretty solid relationship.
So
I don't think he'd sell us out.
maybe
yet.
exploring some safeguarding techniques. Not the word I'm looking for.
Well, if there was anywhere we'd want
Contingent.
to get our ship scry-proofed, it'd probably be there.
Sure,
In
he
a
has it.
safe haven.
Yeah. But first things first, let's sweep the ship. Make sure we aren't being bugged. Leon will pop his eye out and head it over to Jasmine. Say
If we're not 100% confident about that eye, maybe Josh should do the map. she doesn't have to sleep anyway. But I'll let you two figure it out.
Probably not the worst idea. All right. Jasmine is gonna take a really small screwdriver from Bleeze's workbench, and she's gonna investigate this thing.
Yeah.
See, like, if there's anything physical there that she can look at before she identifies it.
Yeah, you start to kind of search around this. Do for me an investigation check.
Cool. Come on,
While this
baby.
is going on, Laura would be like, please, do you need a hand with the ship sweep?
It'll be a
Probably.
24.
Thank you.
There is a lot of ship.
So I'm gonna kind of cover this. This is gonna take a couple hours searching around, investigating the eye, among other things, preparing the ship, checking the ship. As you make your way through the various levels of this enormous ship, you are searching through nooks and crannies. You're beginning to do the checks, and it takes some time. Everybody, do for me a collective investigation check. Yes, Drizzle.
Can I just give Leon an advantage? Because I don't think she's helping.
How does it look when Drizzle does it?
I'm just following him around asking, do you think you could install a laser crossbow in there?
Where?
In your face hole.
In my face hole? No, I don't. Maybe a really tiny one.
Yeah, so it would be like, I don't know, like you could put like a drug in there, so it would like shoot the thing that's like, oh, you know, like what the frogs make, where it goes, oh, and then you fall asleep. Do you think you could?
I don't think I could, but I think maybe Jasmine and Bleeze could probably figure something like that out.
Would you?
We'll have them test it on Earl first to see how dangerous it is.
All right, you do not get advantage, Leon, because of what is happening here. Everyone else, Leon, Lore, and Bleeze, please give me an investigation check. Drizzle, I can't award advantage in that case because Drizzle doesn't seem helping.
Should I roll with disadvantage then, or?
I would love that. I love that. Roll with
Okay.
disadvantage, Drizzle.
Wait, let me
Jake
grab
was
my
like,
thing.
describe how you help, and you were like, so do you think?
Oh, yeah.
So hit me up with the numbers as you all get them. Investigation checks.
15 in spite of being distracted by,
Right. Nice.
Drizzle.
14 for Laura.
Yeah, cool.
26.
Oh my
Nice.
God.
That's a nat 1 minus 1. That's a 0, baby.
Yeah.
So you were shooting for a 40. And so despite Drizzle's non-help, it both to herself as well, or to themselves as well as to Leon, you, Leon and Lore really lock this down and are searching. Yes, Lore. You.
That was just an excitement.
Got it. You continue to search through the ship, and you comb the ship closely. You inspect every nook and cranny to the best of your ability. There are some places that are really hard to access, and some places that, in fact, individuals like only Bleeznoik can get into. And so as you are searching all of it, you think after a couple of hours that you're safe, that there's no tracker on the ship that you can find.
That makes me more nervous, honestly.
And
And
You-
your blood.
you as you are searching, as these hours pass, Drizzle, do me a favor, and because a chunk of hours are going to pass on this, I want to see what happens for the ship. And Drizzle, roll for me a d6
Oh.
This feels
as you
like-
drift your way through the astral city.
It's a 3, right down the middle.
Okay. Drizzle, you not helping at all. Find your way to the deck of the ship at one point in time, and you see Drizzle for a second. Off in the distance, in the close distance to you, a number of destroyed Spelljammer ships drifting along in space. You know, as you look, that some look to be Academy made and others look to be Gith made, as some sort of battle recent or otherwise, took place here.
Does it look recent? Is it like still?
You get it. You can see that there's still some pieces sparking. You think you've accidentally come across this, and it was maybe only hours ago.
Okay, so I'm gonna assume the reason I went out to the deck is because Leon said, "Hey, why don't you look over there for a while?" And I'm gonna turn right back around and go back to Leon and say, "Hey, hi, I'm back. There's boats. There's some. It looks like there was a war upstairs.
Yeah. There's a war all the time.
Yeah, no, but like very actively. Like there's some ships that are on fire that look fairly recent, and I think maybe autopilot is not the move right now. But that's my opinion."
Okay. I'll go upstairs and I'll take a look.
You come upstairs and you can see, and you, with your tactician's mind, you being able to notice sort of these sort of scenarios, and you've seen them before. Yeah, this was a relatively recent skirmish that left these ships crippled or destroyed. And they
in the middle of astral space?
And in the middle of the astral sea. You can see that there's some asteroids and corpse of a dead god nearby, sort of serving as a landmark of this situation. But this is, yeah.
My first thought is, why would they be fighting out here? Like,
maybe it's Ralph. And she'll gesture to the dead god.
As a gesture to the dead god. If you both would like, you can try to make a perception check on this.
Absolutely.
Am
you
I
do
allowed
not
to
have
assist
advantage,
him?
Leon. Your eye is not in you.
Can I assist him to give him advantage? Because I am.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just avoiding using any of my negative ones.
Sorry, I'm just finishing it up down here. It's not quite done, I guess.
That's a 16.
16. You think, as you're surveying this with Drizzle, pointing out, just checking out what exactly is available on those in the ruins and the carcasses of these ships. You think you could actually probably gather some of the remaining pieces of these ships.
Oh, I was hoping you'd say that.
And salvage if you wanted to. And you also notice glinting bits of precious metals that have yet to be pillaged by other pirates, still intermingled among those ships.
Hey, Drizzle.
Yeah?
Want a spacewalk?
Yeah.
Yeah. You see all the shiny bits over there?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's treasure.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Let's go grab some of it. Or see
Whole
what
boat or
other.
just us?
Do what?
Whole boat or just us?
How far away?
It's about like 300 some odd feet away.
Yeah, like what I'm saying is, like, would we have to like veer off course? Because I know the ship's like going. I don't think I want this to be like an active, like, let's stop the ship and like scavenge everything. But I think we could just like pick up stuff as we're kind of passing by and then get back on the ship.
You think you could take an opportunistic opportunity here if you wanted to. You've done this before. And so you two could get out there, get your hands full as much as possible and get back to the ship.
I have you have a crossbow, right? I have a spell called Levitate that allows you rise in the air, and as long as you're pulling yourself along, you can move. If you can shoot a rope into these asteroids, we can just pull ourselves along and stay attached to the ship.
Yeah. I grab my crossbow. I tie the long. I think I have like we've got rope, right? We've got like
we all got rope.
yeah, everyone's got rope.
I tie it to the longest rope that we have on the ship, and I shoot it at an asteroid.
It connects and you lock it in place. You have your rope conveyor belt.
Awesome.
Alright, I twin cast Levitate on the both of us, and we do some space spelunking.
Superb. I'm gonna now cut back and forth for just a moment here. As Lore and Bleeznoik, you continue searching the ship. You have swept this. You think it's clean. You think you're set. That there's nothing hidden on this ship that you have found at all. Jasmine, as you are investigating Leon's eye, you also have determined after a couple of hours of working on this, there's no other camera hidden in the eye like there was a long time ago. Though you can tell that the eye has a divination spell imbued in it. It is not scrying, and you know that.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't know precise. It looks to be a unique spell, and you see that it looks to be part of this. And again, you've kind of searched this eye and have determined that it doesn't have a camera in it. 2, it has Bluetooth, and 3, that it doesn't have it does have a divinatory spell in it.
It is Bluetooth, but that's not the Bluetooth spell that's in there.
As you are looking, you can see the Bluetooth is going searching.
Okay, that's different. Cool.
Searching.
Different function. So that's a divination spell. It's not scrying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna dispel it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I'm getting rid of it.
Okay. You
Malware.
give me an arcana check.
Okay, cool. Arcana. I dropped it off into space. Oh god. 18.
You
Or
begin to pull,
18.
reaching your hands out. What does it look like when Jasmine dispels magic?
So, kind of like a practical version of the weave shows up there, and it's not like what's really there, but it's a visual representation. So she can kind of reach in and pluck certain strands or move certain things. And she finds the spell, she detaches it thread by thread, and then she just pulls it out and squishes it.
The threads fade away as you've removed the divinatory power from this eye, and you've wiped it clean. You hear it, a soft little kind of like arcane voice going, "Would you like to restore factory defaults?"
Yes.
And it begins to restore itself to factory reset.
Perfect. Might have to adjust his eye again, but you know.
Meanwhile, as Jasmine, you finish this work, you Leon and you Drizzle are drifting out into space, and you have a chance here to collect. Is there anything specific? You can see that there are some precious metals. If you wanted to, you could try to ferry other pieces of salvage. Is there anything else you're looking for?
So here's what I want to do, right?
Yeah.
Hang on, let me. So
I believe everyone has luck now.
Oh. Nice.
Sweet.
Justin, your phone.
Is it doing it again?
Something was. I think you're probably fine. I just heard.
Oh, yeah, no, my phone's.
It's just a spacewalk. It's a spacewalk problem.
It's just being in space is making it happen.
What you looking for, Leon?
Space interference.
So I've got this portable hole, right?
Yeah.
I want to just like slap it on a surface and just toss as much stuff as we can into the hole.
Awesome.
That way we don't have to carry it in our hands to bring it back and forth. I'll find like a smooth asteroid or like a smooth piece of ship or something, because it has to be unfolded and placed onto a surface in order to activate. So I place it onto that thing, and I'm like just throwing precious metals into the hole.
Shooting baskets into the portable hole, you begin collecting a ton of these materials. You are being extremely effective in this process, and you're just collecting so much salvage thanks to the portable hole.
I do want to look for obviously any parts that I would recognize, any precious metals, anything that Leon sees that's obviously of value. But I'm also looking at the bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And he's kind of taking a mental note of how many gift ships does it look like there were? How many Academy ships does it look like there were? Like, and he's trying to like reverse engineer the conflict in his mind and see like, you know, who came through and attacked first, you know, and why and how did it end up like this and why are they in the middle of
Leon? Only your brain could do that. And you can make a roll for me. And I will give you a spectrum of 5 through 20 or above as to how detailed I will be about what happened.
Okay.
And while you roll that, Drizzle, what's Drizzle up to?
Wait, you asking for a straight roll or do
I want whatever. I think it would be whatever kind of like, I think insight potentially, or
Insight or investigation, maybe?
investigation, as you're kind of putting this together in your head.
Okay.
So, out of character, has anyone ever seen or played Detroit Become Human, where it's like reconstruction? That's the kind of
28 stab wounds.
Drizzle is also looking for bodies. She's looking for the beefiest body to put in the hole for Jasmine. But then she also, I don't know what kind of religious relics or symbols the Gith would have, but if there's anything that is about the fallen sun, like if they've got a chick tract or something that she can throw in there, and then if there's anything that is points to symbols that she has seen before.
Sure, yeah, of course. So Drizzle, make for me an investigation check. Your investigation check is much more practically bound than what's in the sense of just gathering stuff, comparatively. You do have luck.
Oh, thank you.
That applies to everyone.
Do I have a DC? Okay, well, no.
Oh, what's your DC? It's the same situation as Leon. It is actually based on a spectrum.
I don't think I'm going to get considerably better than this because I have a -1. I got a 15, which is average, which makes it a 14. I got a 14 total.
And Leon, what'd you get?
I got 12 on mine.
12. Okay. Leon, you start to piece together what happened. Over the course of the last 8 years, when the Academy first encountered the Gith, the Academy was outgunned and had much significantly worse technology than the Gith. The Gith, as you've come to learn over these past chunk of years, can create wormholes through the weave and teleport themselves highly effectively in ways that the Academy cannot. The Academy has been trying to steal that technology. But in light of that, the alternative was that the Academy acquired laser technology before the Gith and started manufacturing laser-mounted guns on their ships. Yes, Drizzle.
Multiple questions. I got the fastest one is that the laser technology wasn't just from Bleasnoig, right? He just gave them the crossbows. Or is
You think everything came from Bleasnoig?
Bleasnoig caused a genocide? Okay, great. Second question. Do the wormholes that the Gith use seem anything at all like what Felix's work?
Wow, what an incredibly great question that unfortunately, Drizzle, you would need to bring to somebody. Roll a d20, Drizzle. What am I to tell you that you can't put this stuff together? Drizzle, I'm gonna actually, you're posing questions, Deanna, as an out of character moment, it seems. Right. I'm gonna have Leon roll on your behalf to see if he knows what's going on.
I got too excited about lore. I'll shut up.
You nailed it. I mean, that is an important question, I think. So.
What am I rolling here?
I think this is a arcana check. This is you piecing together. How does this work? How do these things work?
That's a 14.
14, cool. All right. So one of the things, okay, now I got to try to answer this in order. First off, Leon, you are putting together that the only person who's ever created laser technology, at least the progenitor of it, was Bleasnoig. And that the Academy now has that technology and has put them in a technological advantage, at least in firepower, to the Gith. As you piece this together, what you think happened as you count the number of ships and count what was going on here is that you think that the Gith ship, and there was only one, was traveling on its own in isolation when suddenly it was ambushed by 2 Academy ships. The Academy ships laid into the Gith ship, but again, Gith technology allows them to, in their ships, to teleport even while in combat, which is a significant advantage in terms of maneuverability. As you're putting this together with a DC 14 check, or a check of 14, to try to just briefly recall kind of how the physics work within the weave, you think that between Felix's technology that a young student in the academy named Felix had invented, and the Gith's technology, the Gith's is a sustainable wormhole. It does not hurt the weave. And you think that Felix's technology might hurt the weave in some way. So that's about as much as you, unfortunately, with the 14 can kind of put together there. Is like the Gith Yankee technology has been something that's sort of like built in conjunction with the weave.
Felix
So-
is like hurting the weave. Theirs is more like pulling it apart, whereas his is more like ripping it apart.
Precisely.
Okay.
Precisely. As you put this together, you think that these 2 Academy ships ambushed the Gith ship, eventually took it out, but because of the Gith ship's maneuverability, the Gith put up actually a pretty good fight, and you think that one of the Academy ships escaped and one of them was destroyed in this process. And now we go back to Drizzle. As you put this together, Leon. Drizzle, as you are searching for the biggest, beefiest body, you can see that you find a Spelljammer Academy, what looks to be a lieutenant, drifting among space. And you can see carved on their forehead is a runic symbol that you recall seeing when you were in the academy.
Grab him by his ankles and I put him in the hole.
In the hole!
Okay. Yeah, okay. That's a discussion that we will have when Leon doesn't look like he's concentrating very hard on something.
You think that you two are out of time. You have a chance here to do one more thing out here.
There were no chick tracks or Bibles or like a...
For finding... No, it looks as though... not really. Nope. Well, the only thing you get is a symbol. I would give you so much as the symbol of the Empire of the Dying Sun. And what it appears to be is some radiant ball of energy, and then like almost like 2 C's surrounding it. So imagine like a very, very powerful looking kind of like radiant arcane symbol, and then 2 C shapes, parentheses almost open and closed, surrounding that shape.
Okay. She grabs that, she puts it in her jacket pocket, she puts Carved Boy into the bag. She's collected like some other precious metals, what she thinks lead might look like, and put them in the hole. Okay, I'm running out of levitation juices, and also the ship is fully leaving. So I think, is there anything else you wanted?
Nah, this looks good. Hole's about full. I think we're, is that a body?
Yeah, actually, I wanted to talk to you real fast before we brought it back, because we're gonna have to show it to Jasmine, but it's the, you remember the Anka situation?
Yes.
That symbol is kind of...
For but a second.
That beholder?
I want to invite you two for a second to recount the memories that you have for our audience here about what situation you were describing. Audience, for those of you who are not aware, we actually played, as CJ had noted in chat, a couple session zeros beforehand about their life in the academy. This is what they're referencing. But I invite our players here for a moment. You are referencing a scene of that time, and I want you to just take us back for a second and recount what information are you drawing on.
Back while we were in the academy, we uncovered that there was something maybe a little bit shady going on. It seemed to be connected to mind flayers, beholders, I believe, to some higher powered brains that believed that their beliefs were above all others. And our favorite professor specifically Jasmine's favorite professor, I believe she was a mind flayer who had cut off her own tentacles to distance herself from her culture and to make something different of herself. And we encountered the symbol of the Great Believer, a mind larger than hers and larger than all of ours, and Anka did not make it through.
You can see that symbol as you are shoving this body into the portable hole, that this symbol is inscribed on the forehead. And you recall, in addition to that information, that this symbol, all gods use a portfolio system. There's a symbol, and that symbol denotes some of what they stand for. And as you look at this symbol looks to be a facsimile of what a divine portfolio looks like. It is a fake. It is trying to pretend to do that as it is carved into this body's head. And you know this symbol to belong to an entity whose name you recall is being called True Belief.
Yeah, so I just thought, because I know that sometimes Jasmine can get kind of twin.
I'll talk to her about it.
Okay. So we shouldn't just dump the hole onto the ground when we get there, probably, then?
No, probably not.
Okay, I'll let you do it, I think.
Okay, thanks, Drizzle.
Of course, yeah.
You two make your way back to the ship. Jasmine, you finished with the eye. Bliznoik and Lore, you finished with your work in investigations. You believe, as you all arrive back, that there is nothing on the ship that is a camera, a microphone that is scrying you.
Good.
Anything else we'd like to do as our day begins to come to an end?
Well, there's still the matter of figuring out who's going to stare at this map off for the next 2 days.
Well, Jasmine will come up to the top deck and present you your eye first. I do believe there was probably some kind of divination spell on it. I'm not sure what it was, but I've removed it. And it should be clean now.
So gross. Can't believe I had those people in my head. But thank you.
I don't know what they were able to see, but they might have just had like a little blip on a radar somewhere.
Hopefully that blip's gone now. Yo.
Factory default.
Syncing. Device not found. Syncing. And eventually it syncs. So like all Bluetooth, it takes a long time.
Just like real Bluetooth. Gotta restart it twice, gotta hit the node mat device.
And then put in the code, punch in the code. And,
yeah, it's always 00000.
You don't know. Days in the Astral Sea are not fully clear, but you believe that this is yet another day in your adventure towards Dis that is passing, and night is falling upon the ship.
Well, Captain, I'm not really sure how Bluetooth eyes work in relation to attunement, especially since normally for attunement you have to be awake and actively attuning. So I'll do it if you want me to.
Yeah, if it'll be easier for you.
Easier for me than you guys.
Okay. Yeah, let's have you stare at it then.
Then without further ado, and she will proceed to walk off and go back down to Bleeze's room to get the map.
Real fast. What are the lore vibes?
What a good sentence. The lore vibes are probably chill. I don't know. She's not giving off any not chill vibes, but she probably did after sweeping the ship and everything. She probably went to her room to do her normal workout.
Okay. Drizzle's glad that your blood might be a beacon for the academy did not seem to sit too heavy on lore. She can buy
Privately, I will say most of the workout is normal, but there's probably a 5 to 10 minute of what the hell though? What? No.
What type of music does Lore listen to when Lore is working out? And what does Lore's home gym look like?
Okay, yeah, Lore's gym. Oh, well, first off, the music. There's a part of me that's like hard rock and heavy metal, and there's another part of me that's like she's a complete sociopath that doesn't listen to any music while she's working out. I think I'm gonna go with the first one. I think maybe the 2 times that people know to stay away from Laura's room is if she's working out without any music, or if the music is so loud you can't hear anything, because that's when she has consciously chosen to drown out her screaming. But most of the time, if there's just like a chill track playing, that's normal. That's normal Laura shit. And so, yeah, sort of like somewhere in between a heavy metal, hard rock vibe for Lore, generally speaking. And the room itself is not no frills, but few frills. There's a nice like rug that's comfortable for the, chilling on, a few pillows here and there to sit on if you're chilling. Most everything else is workout equipment, sort of punching bags, dummies. There's more than just a few marks in the wall where something hasn't quite hit its target. And usually there's also a lot of water and a bottle of something else, or a couple of bottles of something else hanging around there. And that's Lore's bedroom/gym vibe, because it is the same thing. There's a slight area for the bedroom part, but most of it is gym.
I'm going to play for a second just some music that I assume is befitting for Lore's workout here.
Yeah, that checks out.
What is Lore's face? Like, what do we got going on here?
Yeah, and like I said, most of this is just Laura like, okay, focus. All right, let's do this. But every so often, if someone's passing by, they can hear like, absolutely no, they're not tracking me from my book. This is stupid. I can't believe I'm even worried about this. Just ranting and just like, and it's mostly the punching bag. So you can hear some nice solid. The punching bag is Laura's favorite. You've had to replace it twice already.
As we cut away from Lore, listening to hardcore metal, Bliznoik, you all begin to go to bed. And Bliznoik, is there anything you want to do before you go to bed?
Been working on some stuff with Franklin.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, so I think the armor is actually starting to come together pretty well. How have your studies been?
Yeah, pretty good. I've been contemplating a lot of stuff recently, and really big stuff, but I think it's all really helping kind of inform my studies, yeah.
Like the void.
Yeah. Mom has been helping out a lot.
Oh, that's good.
But I think I'm ready. Can I try some of it on?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. What happens?
Well, I'll start to put some of it onto him, and it'll kind of just almost crawl along him.
Bits of armor begin to cover Franklin's body, wrapping up his legs and starting to envelop him as you are equipping Franklin with his own set of armor.
How's it feeling?
Good. A little tight here.
You
and
feeling
there.
connection with it?
I'm working on it.
Okay, those tight spots. That's what you got to work on.
All right. I'm gonna just like try to think really hard about like expanses and sort of endlessness, and I think that
Okay.
will help loosen it up.
It might, yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm gonna go to bed now, though. It's kind of late.
Yeah, we should probably take the armor off, though.
Okay. You all begin to drift to sleep or prepare as Jasmine, you sit down to begin your 48-hour meditation. Jasmine, as you are meditating and starting to stare at this map, this is your first night to do it. And you do hear a boop, boop on your mirror as some sort of message comes in about 3 hours, 4 hours into the start of this process.
She'll she resists the temptation to go look at it. She'll pick up the map, go over and do the like talk to like text to speech.
Text to speech. Awesome. You see email for Jasmine sent from Spelljammer Academy. Dear Jasmine, and you see that this email continues along.
I don't see shit.
Oh, you don't see shit, but you hear it.
I hear it.
Dear Jasmine, I hope all is well. News has reached us of your latest exploits. We are so sorry for what happened in the past, and we would like to be able to have a conversation with you. Please respond to this email if you'd like to learn more about a fantastic opportunity. Signed, Saoirse of Spelljammer Academy.
She'll think on that for a minute, trying to figure out what that would possibly mean.
And as you think on it for a bit, as it drifts off into dark, that's where we're going to take a break. All right, we'll see you all back here in about 10 minutes.
Cool. I keep forgetting that's my job now.
You're like, okay, cool.
Drift into the astral sea.
When's that gonna start? All right. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yo.
All right. So, as we find ourselves in the eternity continuing to drift through space, Jasmine, you've taken up starting to attune and connect to the map. A day passes as you continue to stare at this map, soaking in the sheer enormity of what this map conveys and how big this universe truly is. And you continue to drift along. And I'm going to have Bleeznoik, as you are working another day in your travels, your mirror boop, boop, blinks as you receive a message.
Go up to it and
You see as an email has come to you, and it reads, "Dear Bleeznoik, I hope
very
you are
formal.
well and that you are still inventing. I hope you haven't
course.
died again, as I would be terribly sad to hear that. I've heard that the Academy stole your patent for channeling lasers. Did you give that to them? They've stated that their engineers developed the technology. And I'm terribly sorry to hear that your talents are wasting away. I hope to hear from you, as I am working on something big, and I miss your brilliant mind. F."
Fuck this guy. I'm sorry your talents are wasting away. I'm sorry that you're such a huge loser who doesn't have a career like me in prison.
I'm sorry
I
that
think
I'm not
that's how-
using you right now.
I think that's how he flirts, actually.
I think so.
I'm gonna kill him. Anyway.
Bleeznoik, you see this
He didn't
email
lie.
sitting on your mirror. What is going through Bleeznoik's mind at this moment?
How does he even know how to get a hold of me? What could he possibly be up to at this point?
You think those things, you stare at this email. What does Bleeznoik do?
He's going to think it over before he responds for sure. Wasting away. Don't think I'll tell him that I actually gave it away. Probably would be dead a second time if I didn't give it away.
Okay. You continue to ponder and think about what fully your response would be as we pass through this day and we draw closer to the end of Jasmine's attunement. Jasmine, you think you only have an hour or so left. We move into a second day of this work.
Do I have a level of exhaustion now?
You definitely do. What does Jasmine look like in the final hour of staring at a map?
Hair disheveled, clothes wrinkled. Like laying almost like draw me like your French girl style, just staring at it now. Just looks completely bored, eyes half lidded. But still looking.
Is she like, oh, disheveled, like, oh, she looks so messy, or disheveled in that, oh, I'm dying of consumption, but in a sexy way?
You can see it however you want to, Drizzle. But like her hair has not been kept up with. It's all tied back. It's just like strands are coming out in different places, and she looks very out of it.
Oh, is there anything that Jasmine kind of did over the course of the 48 hours as you draw closer and closer to the end of this?
She did cast a spell. She re-upped control over Earl Grey. Because otherwise he would go rampant and try and kill somebody.
And only specifically for you, Earl Grey will every so often while you're sitting there meditating, Earl Grey will come over and go, "Jasmine tea."
Oh, thank you.
And you've learned that Earl Grey only gives you jasmine tea.
That's very sweet of him. And for the rest of it, I think she probably responded to that email just to like probe a little bit further, if anything. Like, what kind of exciting opportunity? Or like something along those lines, like trying to see what they're getting at.
Alone in your room, you type up that message and send it off to Spelljammer Academy. We reach the final hours. You are almost complete with attuning yourself to this map. And it's past, each one seeming forever. And is there anything that happens as you draw to the very end of this?
I don't know, Leon, is there anything that happens?
Yeah. Leon will knock on your door and then just kind of walk in. It's more like a, hey, I'm here, knocking, not a, can I come in? Knock. How you holding up?
She has a very strong urge to roll her eyes, but does not. Like, thank God you came. I was so fucking bored.
Yeah, well.
This is the worst assignment I've ever given myself.
Have you gazed into the cosmos and you only got a little bit left.
That's all I've been doing is gazing. So long.
Well,
it hurts.
Stay focused. I got something to tell you.
Okay.
You remember Anka?
Yeah. That's a bad way to lead into whatever you're about to tell me. Just so you know.
Yeah. Jizzle and I found something that we thought you'd, but I felt like you needed to maybe not see, but know about. Earlier when we were trying to figure out what to do with the map and looking for bugs on the ship and everything, we passed through 2 shipwrecks, an Academy shipwreck and a Githyanki. Seems they got into a bit of a conflict and just ended up destroying each other. So we went out and we went on a little salvage run real quick, and Drizzle, the kind-hearted soul she is, wanted to bring you back a body to reanimate like you do.
Very sweet of her. Always so thoughtful.
I know. There was something carved into his forehead. It was the symbol for true belief.
Oh, it was. Okay.
Well, it is. It's still there. I know. Well, I wasn't there. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but I just know that we've been through a lot. You and I more than anyone. If this is something that you want to pursue, you know that we're with you.
She twitches a little bit in both her eyes and her hand starts fidgeting, kind of like nails scraping against the bed.
He'll go over and he'll kind of like put his hands on her shoulders, like stand behind her, put his hands on her shoulders and be like, relax. Almost. Stay focused.
How kind of you to bring this to me before I can close my eyes. Or look around or do anything.
Glare at me.
In that moment, as you reach up and touch Leon for a second, the attunement finishes, you see both of the runic eyes on the map close. And the map is yours. And you can look away.
Look at that.
I'm at a loss for words with you.
Take it out on the corpse you have to play with.
Well, now I have to. I was gonna go have a nice long lay down after that, but now I need to get my hands on something. Where is it at?
Leon will open his jacket and pull out the portable hole and unfold it. I'm gonna say, since it's been a few days, we probably fished all of the other stuff out of it. So he's just gonna lay the hole down on the floor, then reach in. You said it's a big, beefy dude, right?
Do we have a body refrigerator, considering what we do on this ship? Like, do we have a morgue? That's
I would assume so. If not, your room smells
Good
terrible.
idea. Magic,
Could
baby.
we put the portable hole, like, in one of the morgue drawers?
Jake was rolling to see if we have a morgue.
He's rolling to see if we have a body fridge.
You definitely have a morgue if you want one, but now you have to tell me where on the ship it is.
There was that
It's
big empty
Under the
room.
clouds in Drizzle's room.
Ew.
That's an option.
Oh, that actually tracks because Drizzle kind of floats in her room, right? So there's extra space there. And isn't it right next to Jasmine's room anyway?
Yeah,
It
there
is.
Living. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so underneath of all of Drizzle's clouds in her room are just coffins, refrigerated coffins.
Yeah. Has the audience seen my room yet?
No, we
We're
should
about
show
to go
the
over
audience
it.
the room for a moment.
Hello, welcome to
Drizzle, what does your room look like as you fill it with coffins?
She talked to Please Nook about this at length. It's been kind of hard for her to adjust to, gravity and weight and stuff like that. So she really likes to relax in her room in a low gravity space. So her bed is like stapled to the ceiling. She's got like little tchotchkes and fun. Like she collects like amiibos and stuff like that that are like floating around in the room. She's got fairy lights twinkling everywhere. She's got those gamer girl strobe lights on the wall. And there's a low level of mist and clouds and big fluffy cotton candy shapes in pink and blue and white absolutely everywhere. And just under that layer of soft, adorable clouds, there are drawers full of corpses that her good friend, you could call them sisters almost, Jasmine, keeps her corpses in for her necromancy.
Okay.
Much appreciated.
Coffins sit underneath the clouds. So yes, of course, you pull this portable hole, and it is a big beefy boy, is what Drizzle had collected. You pull it out of the portable hole.
Gross, disgusting, filthy.
Oh, he's
Jasmine.
quite large.
As you see this body laying there, you are just distracted for a moment with the attunement to this map. And you are struck by the first feature of this map. This map seems to be a mystery in some way, but what you know while attuned to this map is that you have advantage on all shipwright checks as long as you are attuned to the map. Additionally, as a bonus action, you are never lost while you are attuned to this.
Not bad.
You know that the map does more, but you would need to go and investigate it or identify it or do something.
Oh yeah, I've spent 48 hours staring at the fucking thing. I can identify it. But we'll do that in a little bit.
The body lands on the table, and you see again the carved, now somewhat a little bit more distorted image of a facsimile of a divine portfolio. This one speaking of control and illusion. So enchantment and illusion are the two primary schools of magic that this rune speaks of, as it tries to mimic what a divine portfolio rune and celestial symbol looks like.
Interesting. This is Jasmine's room, by the way. Very ornate, very dark, full of green glowy things. And then I have my secret lab over here.
They're right next door to each other.
Yeah, we are. It's so great. Oh, there we go. Now you can see properly. Okay. Jasmine will call over Earl Grey. And it's gonna... Earl, you're going to get an upgrade.
Earl Grey.
You'll want to set down your tray for a moment for me, please.
Earl Trey.
Good boy. So Jasmine will first cast a spell, animate dead. It's gonna raise up this lieutenant guy. He'll kind of shamble up to his feet and, you know. Bleh. And then she's gonna cast a unique spell that she made. It's called Merge Undead. And both him and Earl Grey, Leon can watch as their flesh. he can leave if he wants, but their flesh kind of touches and folds and merges together, and it ends up after a few minutes of popping and squelching all the good noises. It's a 4-armed, 4-legged zombie, 2 heads, and nice scary patch over the symbol because she doesn't want that there. Is now an abomination zombie that she controls. Jake has so graciously let me make these things.
Your knowledge of necromantic arts, your savant nature of knowing how to work this magic, you see is similar to how you dispelled that magic earlier, where you saw the weave kind of appear as something that you can manipulate and twist. You see that yet again almost shift and warp around you as you see these 2 animated zombies standing nearby one another. And then in this moment, like a seamstress, you are stitching together the weave itself into these zombies with a unique spell that you yourself invented years ago. And eventually you see, and then the zombie rises up and says, Earl Grey, and goes and grabs its tray and begins to shuffle around as you finish the final piece of the weave.
Excellent. Perfection. We're as close to it as we can get. Leon's still there? Or did he walk outside, or did he just leave?
Yeah, he's standing there making that face.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. You can tell Drizzle that she did, in fact, give me a very good corpse to work with.
Uh-huh.
What?
You know, I've always thought this was... Listen, it's effective, it's just corpses, you know?
Corpses of evil men who serve Eldib brains that commit cold-blooded murder.
I just prefer to be among the living, that's all.
Well, I'm alive and I'm right here. She picks up her jasmine tea and sips it.
We cut from that scene, and some days pass. We are drawing towards the end of your journey to Dis and to the 9 Hells.
I keep wanting it to be called D's.
It might be.
Welcome to Dis.
Welcome to Dis. Seriously. All right. As you continue doing your days, doing various tasks, working on the ship.
Unless you have something specific, God, Drizzle would like to spend some time. Every once in a while, Laura and her will train together, where it's mostly like Drizzle will just like float some little mannequins around, or like hit Drizzle or hit Laura with lightning occasionally, and just be there to give pep talks and like the element of surprise, you know, keep her on her feet and go make sure they work.
A lot more interesting. How about they started in academy and just continued on?
As you two are training, one of you got Leon, you're up on the deck just captaining the ship for this period of time. Bleasnoik, you are working away nearby the training pits. And Jasmine, you elsewhere in the ship, potentially maybe getting a snack or having Earl Grey get you one. You all, as you are in the last 2 days before you arrive to Dis. Oh my God! Now you got me calling it Dis. You really got me with that. Your ship continues to pass along, and Leon, you spot, sort of drifting, almost lazily, along the astral weave, some sort of rippling effect. And you recognize these, having been across the astral sea for a while. This is an illusory radio wave. And if you want, you can steer into it and pick up the message.
Sure.
Okay. We interrupt your regularly scheduled broadcast to bring you breaking news. During a sting operation, Spelljammer Academy agents located and attempted to apprehend notorious pirate Captain Leon Greer and his crew while they masqueraded as wedding guests on the material plane. Captain Greer and his crew, who are wanted for larceny, treason, and the stealing of Academy weaponry, and numerous misdemeanors throughout the multiverse, were discovered pretending to be members of the Zebulon royal house in order to steal the minds and hearts of the still developing civilization. The Academy assured us that they are meeting with the Zebulon royal house to resolve this matter, and that Princess Markchamp was not involved, though the princess expressed interest in meeting the person who was pretending to be her. Spokeswoman Yasugi Hana had this to say, and you see for a moment in these illusory radio waves, at times major images or silent images will act out scenes when there are quotes and other pieces of these events. You see an Academy member, one that you actually went to school with, Yusugi, and she has these deep bags under her eyes, and she could just see, you could see her standing at the podium just pinching the bridge of her nose. She says, Greer and his band not only stole from these poor people, but they've broken the Prime Doctrine, brazenly revealing a Spelljammer ship to the developing nation. We are working as fast and as possible to clean this mess up. And then she fades, and you hear the announcer again. We then received a message from Admiral Lorfan himself. And you see standing there, older, leaning on a cane that seems to be like mecha, like mostly gears and bits of arcanomancy designed together. And you can see the 4 scars racing across the Admiral's head and this wicked mohawk now of like hair kind of pulled back. And the Admiral says, we'll catch them very soon. If you see anyone matching the description of Captain Greer or his crew, notify an Academy agent immediately. This is also a reminder that you can submit a name for this crew for this month's Nasty Names Sweepstakes. Submit a sending or letter to the radio show and win a chance to win our grand prize, tickets to Sister Margaret's Bath and Spa on Elysium. And the radio wave passes you.
Yusugi looks old now.
Yusugi had a crush on me. Do you remember?
Yeah, well, you maintained your youth a lot better. I think the stress is getting to her.
I think it's kind of like a silver fox thing. I liked Yusugi. They were like goth.
Jasmine gives you a look.
No, but like goth, like in the like a lives in the dirt kind of way, not your thing.
Oh, that's not serious.
I'm confused.
Admiral Lorfan looks like he's trying to relive his pirate days with that hairstyle.
Yeah.
Hey, you still got a little rebel in it.
Well, what I'm seeing is that we're giving them a heck of a run for their money.
Good.
I am kind of excited about the poll to name us, though. I think that's really cool. Also, okay, so Yusugi had a crush on me and Bertrand had a crush on me. Do you think that Princess Marchamp might also have a crush on me? On a scale of one to more than that.
Is that the lady that you impersonated for a distraction?
Mm-hmm.
Does she know you?
They said on the radio that she wants to meet me. So, I think Bertrand didn't really work out super great in the, because like I tried, I was like, you know what, I thought it'd be very exciting if like we fell in love for reals, and then it was like this it couldn't be together because of the circumstances kind of moment, and then like, oh, he faces this great calamity and he joins us in our crew because we still do have the extra bedroom. But anyway, the first evening that I was there, I took him out on a bridge over a river at night, and we looked at the stars, and I went, look, do you see a shooting star? And then he tried to touch my boob, and then I thought, I feel like if I was in love with somebody, I'd know. Do you think you'd know?
Love's a very hard thing to pin down.
I think you know.
I don't think you'll ever really know. Just go for it. But not with Bertrand, because he tried to touch your boob like a weirdo. Someone that piques your interest.
Drizzle is fully like between Leon's answer and Jasmine's answer, and then to Lore just going the full when you're watching someone playing a ping pong match.
Yeah, Laura is like
Excited. There's so much being dropped.
So much.
I think the universe is a big place, Drizzle. And if there is one person out there for everyone, you have to be prepared to take your time to find it.
Well, some idiot who can't appreciate a shooting star and touches your boob the first chance he gets definitely isn't the one.
Yeah, no.
That's for sure.
You have to take your time and notice the red flag.
But I think you would know. I think you of all people would know.
That man was just a red flag.
I don't know what that means.
Warning
It's-
sign.
Yeah.
It's an expression.
Like storm clouds.
Okay, yeah.
No,
Okay.
Drizzle likes those, I thought.
I mean, those can be exciting, but I don't know if you want to live inside one.
Exactly.
There you go. Okay, she has the right idea.
That's a pretty solid metaphor, Driz. Yeah, this interrupted my workout session, so I'm gonna go.
Right.
Oh wait. I'm gonna follow you out to keep helping you work out. Just skirt along after you. Unless you want me to leave. But I did wanna
Good.
I wanted to ask something. When we're out at
Why are we whispering?
we're whispering. Did you know?
Did I know what?
About Jasmine?
Did I know what about Jasmine?
I mean, were you like in love with her?
I was young, Drizzle. We were young. And if you remember correctly, there was also Astrid.
Were you in love with Astrid? She was like jelly.
She wasn't actually. She wasn't actually Actually, okay. I'm level with you. Come here. Let's keep heading this way.
Yeah.
I was
Welcome,
actually
Christian.
Hi, Christian.
I was actually a little concerned, briefly, when when the thing that was pretending to be her turned into jelly, that maybe she had been jelly the entire time.
Yeah.
Because, well, there were a lot of layers to that I wasn't really ready to confront. But luckily, she was not jelly. She was just a cadet.
Yeah.
But it was kind of weird after that. So, I don't know. This is stupid. All right.
If you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to. I want you to, but you don't have to. It's just like, I don't know, I haven't ever seen anything that's so, like... I like both of you so much, and it was so romantical when you were touching your faces together for a while.
I don't exactly know how to respond to that, if I'm being honest. So, what I am gonna say, and I'm not trying to, like... Yes, I'm obviously trying to avoid the subject.
Yeah.
That's beside the point. I love all of you. Not romantically, necessarily. That's been more important to me. It doesn't mean I didn't have romantic feelings for people or, non-platonic stuff. Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm a person who has those kind of feelings. It's why I disappear when we go to bars on planets, sometimes in different planes. But as long as I can be there for you guys, I feel like the rest will figure itself out.
You're such a good protagonist.
Oh no. I'm at least... Drizzle, I'm at least an anti-hero. Come on.
Oh, you're like a full shonen anime protagonist. I love you.
As you begin to debate, go back and forth about what type of leading character you are, the ship begins to pull into the wild space of the Nine Hells. As you fly this ship,
I'm digging this music.
Leon, for a moment, you are captaining the ship as you enter wild space. The astral sea is comprised of dreams, of thoughts, and is more or less just open. You and your ship, the Spelljammer ship, carry its own gravity with you. But as you enter the wild space of any material, of any plane, you notice that the gravitational pull of that plane begins to tug at your ship. And I just need for you to do me a favor and make a DC 10 shipwright check to just make sure things are going smoothly. And that would be Captain Leon.
21.
21. This is smooth. It's easy as you begin to fly in, moving your way through the wild space. You can see various creatures living in the wild space. There are creatures that live in every of the three versions of space, the material plane itself, or the plane itself, the wild space, and the astral sea. And you can see that these seem to be smelling of brimstone, of flame, of heat as you move through wild space and draw closer and closer to the plane of existence of the Nine Hells. And in but a flash, it is quick, it's a beat, you find yourself approaching Dis, the plane, one of the levels of the Nine Hells. I do want to pause for a second as you approach Dis. And I know, Jasmine, you had mentioned potentially identifying this magic item that you have.
Welcome, Raiders. And yes.
Revealed. Hello, Raiders. Did you want to do that prior to your arrival, or do you want to do it post?
We can go ahead and knock it out. She was going to do it before they landed for sure, so she'd have an idea of it.
As the ship is coming down to land, Jasmine, you have a moment to cast your Identify spell. You pull the weave in front of you, beginning to manifest, plucking its strings, hearing the resonant tunes to each string as you learn precisely what this map does. This map is known as the Wandering Star. It is a legendary item.
Oh, shit.
This map, as a bonus action, while attuned to this, as I said before, first off, as a passive, you have advantage on all shipwright checks that you make. As a bonus action, while attuned, you are never lost, and you have an advantage on spell jamming checks when running the ship or dueling others. As an action, the person who is attuned to the Wandering Star can channel their will into the map, requiring a DC 10 Charisma check. If successful, the map reveals the location of a rare or legendary magical item as per the Identify spell within the planar region of your choice. X marks the spot. Lastly, as an action, the character who is attuned to this map may make a DC 15 charisma check. And you can cast the scrying spell against a target who can attempt to resist the scry at disadvantage.
How much are we getting paid for this map again? Because it's really something.
You have sending stones. You all can kind of chat with each other over a channel.
Yeah.
You need to.
Was the deal to give this to Balthazar?
Balthazar sent you an encrypted message telling you where it was. There, Leon, that there's an implied message of, I want to put my hands on it.
Okay.
You think there could be wiggle room in that whole set of deals there. He didn't say you have to give it to me. You think, Leon, as Jasmine notes this, you might be going into a trade deal where your negotiations will determine the fate of this map.
I think we could find anything in the universe we wanted with this. So, keep that in mind.
You think maybe Balthazar is wanting us to go find something with this map for him?
Possibly, or maybe he just wants to know where something is in particular.
Balthazar's busy running his casino. This map wouldn't be any good in his hands anyway.
Better tell that to him.
He likes us. He knows that we follow through on us. If there's something that he wants from the map, he can send us to go get it. And then also we have the map.
The ship rocks as turbulence hits it as you move into the 9 hells. And it should be noted that the final string of resonance to the wandering star is that there is a curse upon this object.
Oh, shit.
When you use one of its actions to scry or to locate an object, you have to roll a d20. And on a 1, this vanishes back into the cosmos to be rediscovered later. The ship enters into this. You see a sprawling city, the entirety of this level of hell being one massive demonic city. You can see as both devils, demons, and all of these strange monstrous creatures move or fly around this city, negotiating, working with one another as the city, like Coruscant from Star Wars, like other places where it is just an entire planet of buildings, sprawls out below you. You can see other Spelljammer ships passing by, and you can then spot floating above this city 3 tiers rising, with the central being a towering spire of pure gold. You can see All Souls Welcome Casino. Spelljammer ships are docking at that casino, and you bring yours in to dock as well.
Do we have a reserved spot? Do we have a valet?
You know what? Hey, you know what? Well, who am I to tell you? Give me a raw charisma check just to see.
Am I making the charisma?
Of course,
yes,
yeah.
I am making the charisma.
No. Unless you want to tell somebody else to do it, but if you otherwise go for it.
Should the warlock do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
22.
We have our own. It's got our name engraved on it. Stolen ship, the Eternity.
Yeah, you come up and the engraving says the stolen ship, the Eternity, and then underneath is just badasses, like has been scribbled on there, like spray painted on there as well. And you can see what looks to be like a little imp in a nice fitting suit is waiting for you as your ship comes pulling up into your spot. Greetings, everybody, from the Eternity. Master Balthazar looks excited to meet you, and is excited to meet you. Please come on in. I should have screwed that up. Shit, I got so excited. First time on the job.
You're doing fine.
Thank you. Am I doing fine enough for?
Should flip you a gold coin. Being
You
the
watch
only
this-
one that knows.
The imp takes the gold coin and it's like, "Ugh. There's no souls in this, is there?
No, I haven't gotten any of those yet. Next time,
Ugh. All right, fine. I guess it'll get me
I'll keep your
somewhere.
generosity in mind.
You know that in the All Souls Are Welcome casino and in this, souls are the currency. Gold is worth half as much.
That's what I have on hand.
I'll bring us over to the casino. As you step on a summoning portal, the little imp says, all right, everybody hold on. And you've done this before. As you are summoned and brought towards this board. How do I get you guys there? There we go. Got it.
Wow, that's amazing looking.
Yeah. Okay, Jake's builds are all gorgeous.
This is cool as shit.
You arrive, and I'm going to place you all. You can click on your characters here in a second, but if you look at the central spire, this is a 3-level wide casino with the central spire of gold rising up from it. You can see that on the top is a throne where Balthazar Brand and his crony, usually his assistant, just watch the gambling itself. Massive bone and flame chandeliers light most of the gambling stations on the upper level. You can play roulettes, craps, you can play cards, you can play dominoes. Nearly everything is run here and is open to gambling. And you also know that most of these stations you can see are run by spirits of the damned, who are long lost gamblers who have failed to get their way out of Brand's control. You see a number of patrons here, all types arrive here from all across the multiverse, from the elemental planes to even the planes of Elysium and other good-hearted planes. Sometimes you gotta let loose. In the lower level, below the gambling booths, you know that there is a ton of bars that are set up, 2 massive wings where they'll serve you nearly any drink of your choice, and 2 wings for high stakes poker. Down in one of those levels is the massive safe of Balthazar Brand, displayed publicly as if daring someone to try to break into it. Its massive obsidian gears sealing it shut next to the tower. And if you are so lucky while in this casino, Brand will send his floating platform to you to invite you to a little audience on his tower. As you all arrive, teleporting in at the circle, you see 2 massive looking fire giant bouncers standing and waiting for your arrival. You can see, if you all can locate yourselves, you'll see a little circle of flame with a blue flame on top of it. That's the summoning circle on which you would have all spawned. It's right next to the tower. If you just kind of go around the outer edge of it here. And as you arrive, you can hear Balthazar Brand call out, his voice echoing, "Come one, come all souls are welcome to try their luck." And the casino is sprawling, it's vibrant, as both fire giants look at all of you and say, "Oh, welcome to All Souls Are Welcome Casino. My name is Marius. Hey, my name is Marius too."
Hi, Mom.
They gesture you both in.
Is Jeremy here?
You have met Jeremy before, and as you say that, you can see Jeremy passing by. You see a tiefling with a book open, like a ledger, and sort of like going through the works, and you see he's kind of out of breath, almost like running past in this moment. Oh, hey, Jeremy. And as he lifts his hand up, you see sweat fall off of it. You just see that Jeremy is just sweating profusely, like slick with sweat, and you can see a little trail of it that fizzles as it disintegrates. away from the heat of the casino.
Drizzle as a natural part of the water cycle when she reaches and she throws her arms up over Jeremy's shoulder and gives him the very European mwah, mwah, mwah. She is, you can see, what is the reverse of precipitation? Evaporating up off of his skin. It's just some sweat that she's absorbing into her cloudy body. Hi, Jeremy. What's up? How's it going?
Oh, it's not good. Oh, we have some special guests showing up today, so we're...
Oh, is it us?
Busy. What?
Weird, right?
Oh, what did you say? Is it what?
Is it us? Are we the special guests?
He puts a hand on your shoulder, slips off for a second. Oh, sorry. No, it's not you.
Oh.
Coming.
Who is it?
Oh, you gotta ask the boss. I can't say.
No, that's actually why we're here. To you know where Balthazar is?
Oh yeah. Wait, let me say. He pulls out his ledger and begins flipping through it. You're behind like two other groups who are meeting him right now. It's gonna be a little while.
That's
we
okay.
have a little bit of time to ourselves in one of the best casinos in the multiverse. Oh.
Whatever shall we do?
Unfortunate.
Yeah, sorry.
We'll make do.
Okay. Well, I have to get back to work. It's really good seeing you, Drizzle, and everyone else. It's really good. Hey, and as always, whenever you're here, just be careful. Maybe don't draw too much attention to yourself this time.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Drive. No guarantees.
You watch as he signs in Thieves' Cant. Who can speak Thieves' Cant here?
I could speak Thieves' Cant.
He signs very quickly, flicks of sweat spraying off of his fingers as he's doing it, and you see is both of the fire giants, Marius and Marius too, are both just sort of like looking like, all right, welcome to the casino. Feel free to go and try your luck at any of the stations here. Just know you have to have a reservation for high stakes poker, but all the upper wing poker tables are ready for you and accessible at any time. Please note that if you decide to leave, we need to check your pockets and your person before you leave the room and in the casino. Thank you. And then the signing of the Thieves' Camp, Jeremy signs the Academy is coming today.
Of course they are.
Of course they are.
Fancy.
What are you doing here?
And he sort of locks eyes specifically with you, Leon. And then he signs a single word. Radio. And then just shrugs and moves on.
What was that about, Captain?
Radio announcement? Or is that how they found?
You're not certain. You can make an insight check if you want to try to read him.
Did they track us via the radio? Is it because we're on some kind of email list?
13. He seems less about like assumptions of being tracked and whatnot. He seems more like he's trying to indicate radio in coupling with don't make a scene. He's trying to indicate maybe something along the lines of he recently listened to the radio.
Yeah, we heard that broadcast. Thanks for the heads up. Get that gland issue checked out.
What?
Never mind. You're good, buddy.
Okay. And then he shuffles off into the casino, going deeper into it. All Souls' Welcome Casino is yours. You can see that there's any type of gambling can be done here. And you know that people from across the multiverse are here to play. You know that there are a couple rules. If you try to get in a fight, they'll let you hash it out for a while before they come and stop it. Most of the individuals here, they're not too worried if they die. If the fight gets too bad, Balthazar might punish you or have his goons throw you out. And lastly, if you are caught cheating, there are severe punishments for that.
Hot cheating?
Yeah, just caught cheating. They don't say you can't cheat. They just say if you get caught.
Dope. All right. Because
Time to make my rounds.
So I definitely want to sign up for the high stakes poker.
Okay. You see an attendant, another little impish individual comes, is walking around, and you see that they have a clipboard. You know, you've been here before. This is one of the ways to sign up for high stakes poker. Hello, sir. Yes, would you like to sign up for one of our high stakes poker tables?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Actually, we have an opening. If you would like, I can guide you on over there now. It's a slow period.
Just the one opening?
They're like an open table. I can seat 2 of you. Your choice.
I'll go with.
I'm gonna go get us fish bowls full of booze. I will see you guys later.
Ooh. You know where we'll be.
Yeah.
Hey.
You 2 start heading over to high stakes poker. You, Drizzle, go over to the bar.
Can you get me a glass of wine?
Yeah, do you want pink? What
Red.
color? Okay.
Lore and Bleesnike, what are you up to?
It would probably not be too difficult for Bleeze to notice that Laura's standing there watching the 2 of them walk away. Like,
Yeah, that's probably going to be a problem.
yeah,
But
usually I'm there to
you see
moderate that.
the roulette tables are not much of a problem.
You're not wrong. Worst will happen is we lose everything on a roulette table, I guess.
It's true. Hopefully, all we're losing is money today.
Yeah. Well, I'm not betting any souls. I'm a little bit better at cards.
Are
Did you
you?
ever get good at this?
No, I'm not very good at cards.
Well, I guess you can't really be good at roulette, can you?
No.
Well, maybe that's nice. Let's do that. We don't have to worry about being good at anything. And maybe Drizzle will get me a giant fishbowl full of alcohol. That would be great.
Yeah, I will.
Thank you, Driz.
You all separate out. You have your characters here at the summoning table. You can move them around if you would like to place them wherever you would like. But I'm going to start with Drizzle for a second. As Drizzle, you are running over to the bar. You can see various figures there, and you see these Cambion working behind the bar, shirtless, tails kind of wrapping around things, pulling them onto trays. You can see their wings are tucked in and are gorgeously ornate with like gold filigree covering them as their seeming uniform. Just hot demons running the show as they are grabbing drinks. And you see as one of them, the one that you're drawing close to, is busy serving, and you can see actually a ton of what look to be like fairies are at this bar. Like, you notice like a pixie sort of just holding her head and is just staring down at the table. It's kind of lost in her cups. And then you see like maybe 2 of her colleagues also from the Feywild. One looks to be a red cap, one of the red cap little Fey, and then another one looks to be just some sort of like Fey folk of some kind and they're just all sort of just chatting, kind of down on their luck. And you can see that the demon is the Cambion's moving around, serving, and has not yet noticed you.
I'm gonna pull up to the bar to the empty stool next to the Fey folk, and I'm gonna go, "Hey, is this seat taken? I kind of have a big order. It'll probably take a minute."
No, yeah, you can take it.
Yeah, you okay? Hangover already?
Yeah, no, I just lost some stuff on the high stakes tables. So, our friend here.
Was it your soul?
You watch as the pixie who's lost her cups just begins to weep and grab her head in her hands.
I mean, some of my friends are doing some gambling right now. I don't know how easy it is to get a soul back, but I can see what I can do, okay?
You would. She turns and looks at you, grabbing you, kind of fluttering over and grabbing hold of it. You would do that for me?
I don't even know who you are. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
If you get my soul back, I'll give you anything.
What's your like socioeconomic position? Like what's on the table?
Let me just be really clear. You telling me right now to quantify the value of my own soul? Is that what's happening right now?
I mean, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm just trying to understand. Don't worry, we'll figure that out later. And I'm gonna send a message. Some bubbles work their way over to Leon. And
Okay, yeah, that will go on over there.
See if you can get your hands on a pixie soul. There's a very sad girl at the bar.
Text just comes up in front of you, Jasmine and Leon, as you're getting taken over to one of the high stakes tables. Awesome. And then you see as the Cambion eventually goes, what can I get you?
Hi, could I have a fishbowl full of Pinot Noir, a fishbowl full of straight, an old-fashioned on the rocks with less of the bitters and more of just the whiskey, and then a bowl of whatever, just the, if it's the closest to engine fuel you can get while still not killing somebody would be great. And then I would like a bowl of, do you have like the blood hall mead? Like the blood.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And then a chocolate milk.
Sorry, what was that? Sorry, what? No, okay, and what? You wanted a what?
Chocolate milk.
Oh,
I'm the designated loser.
Got it. Of course, yeah. We'll get our hands on that. We'll send it right over. What table are you at?
Many different tables.
Okay, but what table are you? We'll start with you. What table are you at?
I'm wherever you are.
I'm here at the bar. For this. Do you want to pay for this, or do you want this on the house?
Is it going to be on the house?
Oh yeah, if you go and sit at a table and like play a round or two, yeah.
No, we have people playing.
Yeah, I know, but you specifically, you.
Why do I have to do it?
Okay, no, you can pay for it. I'm not here to pressure.
No, I want it for free.
Well, as you see, and you watch as the Cambion points just down like the hallway, you can kind of see a spectral figure sitting at one of the tables, dealing out cards, and says, "Oh, you have to just sit down and just play like a game or so." This is the secret of All Souls Welcome, right? Is that if you go and play like a game, we'll give you drinks for free.
Yeah, but then you'll take my soul out of my nose like a mummy.
No. We would not do that.
You can't lie to me. That's like cops and stuff can't.
Cool. Yeah, I'm not lying to you. Actually, it turns out that bartenders can't lie to you either.
Is that true?
Yeah. You want to make an insight check against it?
Will you play with me?
I'm working.
Yeah, but when you get off.
Oh yeah, of course I'll play with you.
Cool. Maybe we'll fall in love or something. Okay, I'll be over there. We're at like 3 other tables.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. I'll send the drinks over there and then find your friends and we'll kind of go from there.
Okay, cool. See you later.
Thanks. See ya.
Oh my god.
You head on over, sit down at one of the tables. The spirit, welcome, begins dealing out cards to you. Awesome. You each find your way to your respective tables. And I'm going to start with, I want to hear, what games are Drizzle, Lore, and Bleasnoy going to play?
I think Bleeze and Laura are headed for roulette. I put myself next to something that looked like roulette after first dropping myself in the lava.
Okay, great. As one does, yeah.
Okay, you go up there to the roulette table. Oh god.
I forgot to move myself. Where are the downstairs poker tables?
Yeah, so the high stake,
staircase.
the best high stake tables are on the opposite side of where you are right now.
I'm there.
Yeah, they're gonna take you. Okay.
How?
Awesome. You go there. You're going to the to roulette. You two, Drizzle. What table did you wound up at?
What's the simplest game that they have? Is there like a little
Go fish.
Is there like a fighting ring in here?
What?
You're like looking for like a boxing ring type of thing.
Something can I bet on like a game?
A
of some-
chicken fight.
Absolutely. Yeah. Actually, there's a table that you can go to where you can see in the center of the table is a portal, and it's watching the material plane, and specifically it's watching what you think is like a bunch of young academic students in like a wizarding school, and they're all really into each other, and the gambling is on who's gonna wind up with who.
Oh, Drizzle loves it. Yeah, she's playing that game. Perfect.
Yeah, like you can see so a couple other demons are there, and they're just like, there's money on the table as you're just basically watching an accelerated time these students living out their lives in the university, and it just bets as to like Angela's going to wind up with Michael, or Michael's going to wind up with Timothy. Like there's just like all these different ratios of betting that you could bet on.
Perfect. She's,
Awesome.
She's super into it.
Yeah. You make your way on over there. You sit down. You see the spectral figure go, "Welcome. Place your bet, please."
I don't have any money.
Presumably, if you do, you all would have had like some riches that you all carry around with you.
Oh yeah, then she'll put in 20 platinum.
Well, some riches.
Got no concept.
Yeah, I'm gonna say right now, you all have 20 platinum on you, so Drizzle has fully bet all of it in one go. Here, awesome. You two wind up at your roulette table. Hello, welcome. You see another spectral figure standing there. Please, if you would place your bets, we're going to be starting the spin the wheel soon.
Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
Laura's gonna lean over to Bleeze and be like, if I do all black and you do all red, does that mean one of us wins?
Yeah. Well, possibly.
Impossible.
I mean, technically, we don't lose.
Right.
You'll break even.
Yeah, every time.
Well, that sounds boring, but let's do it a couple times, just so we feel good about ourselves.
Okay.
Great.
You both put all red, all black. And the wheel begins to spin as Leon, you and Jasmine are taking over the table. You can see drinks are already waiting for you, specifically the ones you had asked, or even maybe have thought about asking for, are waiting for you at the table.
I love this place.
You see sitting there, you watch as one other figure is sitting at the table. You can see that they look to be like a well-dressed looking celestial of some kind. You don't precisely know. You think maybe a solar. All you know is that they're from one of the really nice, like, good planes of existence, in air quotes. And so they are sitting at the table, well dressed, and just sort of quietly nod at you. Welcome, the ghost. The ante to begin is all of your worldly possessions. That's the big bet.
Holy shit.
The small blind, if you would like, is something that is significant to you. And you watch as the solar has the big bet, the big blind, just sort of puts their hand on a rune, and it flares to life for a second. And then the small blind is, which one of you sat down first?
Probably did.
Okay. You sit down first. The small blind to you, something that is significant and emotionally personal to you.
Check the old inventory here. I'll put Starboard up.
You place Starboard on the table. You see as it sort of gets caged in this arcane dimensional lock. And Jasmine, you are not obligated. You are obligated, like you, in terms of big blind, small blind, you are obligated to just start betting when you are ready to start betting. In this case, you're going to have to eventually call in some way, shape, or form. You think that there's some like nuance to this game in terms of like the Solar's, all of its worldly possessions could be nothing. Like there's a little bit of like a gaming of bluffing the players at the table about what all you have. The casino wants you all to screw each other.
Interesting. Okay.
More than it wants to screw you.
Interesting.
Okay.
Since I'm not even in this round technically, unless I want to be, like, do I get my hand first? Is it a good hand?
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a couple of rolls here to just see how this all shakes out.
Okay, let's go.
So what I'm gonna have each of you do is I'm gonna have I'm gonna start with, again, the low bid, the lighter tables and the heavier one for a second, the specialty table. So I'm gonna start with Drizzle. Drizzle, you're betting, you put your platinum on which couple do you think is gonna happen by the end of this season?
There was a moment really early on that I feel like got overlooked by a lot of people, but they were learning some like basic magical poultices and healing, and like Timothy kind of got a scratch in his hand from the thorns of a specific kind of plant, and then Mariah kind of reached over and touched his hand and put the poultice on it, and they looked at each other and then they looked away, and it was in the back of a different shot of other people, but I noticed, and they're in love. And I'm betting on them.
You place all your money on that, and you can see as one other figure joins you and places some money there. And you see, oh, honey, I totally agree. I noticed that from the very beginning. And you see what looks to be this like wizened hag is standing there and goes, trust me, I've seen this 1,000 times. You get a little cut in your hand, you're a little bit cursed in love. You know what I mean? So I'm getting right there with you.
Hi, my name is Driz. What's your name?
Agatha.
Excuse me?
Agatha.
Agatha. I just heard,
Oh yeah. No, sometimes that happens. You know, you say these things, it doesn't come out right.
I hope we win.
I hope we win too. And so what I'm going to need Drizzle to do is I'm going to roll a die here, and I need you to. This is sort of like just like raw luck in this case. And what you need to do is try to beat the die, the DC that I just rolled, which is a 14. And this is a raw check, unless in some way you choose to maybe cheat or try to manipulate what's going on.
I didn't even think about cheating, but I guess I should try, huh? I don't know if it would. This so does not matter to Drizzle. I don't think she's gonna cheat right this second. I think she's just gonna do. I don't know what I'm aiming for, but I got a 5.
Okay, yeah. So the DC was 14.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Have luck.
In your first roll, you just
have luck.
You do have luck. This is a raw luck check.
I have 3 luck, I think.
Oh.
Christian gave it to me twice.
All right, go for it.
And then I have 1 from Zach, too. It's a 14, baby.
Oh, meets beats. You watch as you and Agatha are standing there, and you can see as things begin to play out, and then
Timothy is leaning in to give Winifred a big kiss, and we're like, no. And I say, that's not how it happens.
You hear the voice in your head saying, you believe it. It is real.
And in the back of the shot, you see Mariah walk in. She drops her books to the floor, and she runs out of the room, and Timothy goes, no, wait, and runs after her, and then they make out in the rain, and Winifred's like...
Winifred goes on and becomes valedictorian and later president, but that's not important, and the camera cuts away as we focus on this love. As you say, that's not how it happens, and this love blooms, and you can see that other people at the table are like, oh, no, are you kidding me? Tobias Liz and Vincent were supposed to be. Oh no! And you see one guy is like, oh, my screenplay. No, I needed that money. Oh God, no! And you see this kind of this strange looking guy, human, and he's just like shit, and he pushes all his money, and you watch as the ghost split 50-50 to Agatha and Miss Drizzle. And you see as this money spreads, and you have tripled your 20 platinum.
Oh, cool. I've only doubled it because I'm going to give 20 platinum to that weird guy with the screenplay because I have no need
You
for
see
money.
as he takes the money and goes, oh, thank God. Listen, the executives, they just cost you everything. It's horrible.
You should leave.
What?
You should leave. Because you're losing all your money.
Okay, but I don't have enough for the bus fare. Could you give me a little bit for bus?
You don't have enough for bus fare. You have 20 platinum.
Yeah, the screenplay, the executive, it costs a lot. I need a little bit for bus fare. Not much. I'm just asking for a couple of copper pieces.
I give him 1 copper piece.
Okay, thanks. He leaves.
I feel like
Walks
I'm
out.
taken advantage of. Agatha, do you think my kind and compassionate nature makes me a target for those bad faith actors?
Give me an insight check.
If you're 9, 10 minus 1.
You beat her. She is staring at you, and you ask this pretty normal question, and you could tell that she's just watching you with the eyes of somebody who knows precisely what a warlock patron and a warlock pact looks like. And there's greed in her eyes as she stares at you. Sorry, what was that? All I heard was, could you repeat what you said?
And I just start walking backwards away towards wherever please like and Lord.
Wait, whoa, honey, come on, get back here. Come back here, we won. Hey, bye, I guess, see you later. And you shuffle away from her, and you see the really hot Cambion comes over and goes, oh, you not at a table? I have your drinks here. Are you at a table, or were you
I want a bunch of money. Does that not count?
Sorry, I don't see you at a table right now. Could I I need you at a table for me to give you the drinks on house. Otherwise, you could pay for them yourself. It's your call.
Do you think my kind and compassionate nature makes me a target for bad faith actors?
Hey, he puts the tray down. Let's go sit down and chat for a second. I see that something's rattled you, and I care a lot about you.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. Come on. I mean, short. And then he takes you.
There's gonna be some bubbles that go over to Lord that just say, I think I'm falling in love.
A wing sort of just lightly draws near you, and he says, hey, can I guide you to a good location that's kind of out of sound? May I use my wing to help guide you?
I'm making a very good decision. I think I'm falling in love. I'm alone with a demon over in this direction.
Just to check it. I need consent of whether or not I can use my wings to guide you.
Yeah.
Okay. The wing.
Concept.
The wing. He kind of looks at you and he's like, God, I don't know. But the wing lightly pushes you, and you are led off into a kind of like a quieter area of the casino by this Cambion. Meanwhile, you can see Agatha just being like, some people, are you telling me? Oh my God, as you pass by her, and you are off in that direction.
Laura gets this message, just briefly. Laura gets this message and just goes, oh my God.
You okay, Lord?
Place your bets. The wheel is about to spin, and you put your on red and black. In this check, I'm going to need you to roll with disadvantage one of you. And on a 1 or a 1 through 4, the ball lands on green.
Oh.
Okay.
I forgot that was an option.
I didn't, but I think Laura might have, so I just went with it. There's no accounting for that. Do you want to roll it, or shall I?
Go for it.
Okay.
I'm gonna have you roll it. Yeah, go for it. I was gonna say roll and Tailspire if the audience can
Hold on.
see.
I think
They
I
could if they
can.
roll it on the table. I got that
Yeah.
on there.
Yeah, let me open my menu. There we go. All right, so we're rolling just a straight 20, right? And you said 1 through 4, it rolls on a
You
green.
notice as the ball begins to spin that the ghost sort of waves their hand over it. And you get the sense that they are manipulating things just slightly to try to get the ball to the green in this
Interesting.
context.
Okay.
So you're rolling at disadvantage?
Yep.
Yeah. So the first one. What is that?
It's not a
A
1 through a
5.
4.
All right, and the second one.
5.
That's a 5. Oh, that's a 6.
You roll, you get a 5. The ball lands, and you see that it lands in black. The payout you get about half of your additional winnings back on top of whatever you bet. What did you bet? Whomever placed on black, one of you.
I think Lore was placing on red.
Okay.
All right, at least that was Lore's suggestion.
Yeah, you're going on red. I was going on black. I was going 5 platinum.
5 platinum. Cool. All right. Yeah. So you bet on black. You get 2 platinum back on it. So you come out with 7. Lore, you lose yours. You see is one of the individuals at the table. You can see what looks to be like this dragonborn, partially demonic individual. He goes, "Oh, baby, yes!" As his number was the one that got landed on when he got his payout. He's like, "Yes! Oh, I can't wait to go play at the high stakes. It's gonna be great."
What are you going to bet at the high
Okay.
stakes?
I'm gonna bet the success of my kingdom.
Oh,
I shouldn't have gone to the high stakes, Leon.
Well, this is the high stakes tables are where fate is warped and twisted based upon what you bet. Well, if you play that way.
interesting.
I'm more concerned now.
Yeah, a little bit.
We
Just
cut
a
to
lot.
Leon and to Jasmine.
Yo, wait.
So Jasmine, you asked the question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have to bet? Right.
Yeah, since I'm
Wondering
the
if your hand is good.
not blind.
This is going to be an insight game. Again, this table, these
Insight.
bets are about screwing the other players.
Okay.
You don't know precisely how the house is trying to win yet, but you're at least playing against that Solar.
Mhm.
And so if you guys will be doing deception checks versus the Solar, and vice versa, to see who's betting what and how your hands are doing in this.
Versus a demigod.
The deception checks?
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll the DC for the Solar. So as the betting circles around, the Solar has placed their hand over the rune, saying, "I'm betting all of my worldly possessions." And then looks to you. The small blind reaches Leon. Leon, you place starboard on the table. And then it reaches Jasmine. Jasmine, you look at your hand. And what I'm going to have you all do is I'm going to have you privately roll a d20 for yourselves. Okay? And this determines how good your hand is, whoever has the highest number.
I should definitely not roll it in front of the audience.
Correct.
Can I do something?
Yeah.
Actually, no, never mind. I'm not gonna do it here.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do it here.
I fold.
Solar is looking at you, Leon.
Tosses my cards in.
Would you like to call? Is that your worldly possessions, or would you like to bet more?
Bet more. The roll determines what we got, right?
That's how good your hand is. I don't know how good it is. You don't know how good mine is currently.
I have to bet more.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Jasmine's
He
gonna go
watches the
find the
ghost.
restroom real fast.
Jasmine gets up, folds, walks to the restroom. The rune moves over your hand. The ghost says, "Please place your hand on here to bind your possessions to the bed."
Yeah.
Wouldn't his be the eternity?
Yes. I
Hmm.
put the whole ship on it.
Oh fuck.
Hang on.
The
Hmm?
solar leans in as your hand touches. It flares to life as the solar continues to stare at you. Tell me, what did you bet? I'm just curious.
About the flagship of Spelljammer Academy.
That's a pretty good bet.
I know.
Too bad you're going to lose it. And if you want, you can try to make it in a deception check or an insight check against his deception, if you like. If you want to try to read how good he's doing.
Yeah, sure.
You have to beat a 23.
I only rolled a 9.
You have no idea how good his hand is as he looks at you. Trade back and forth. I actually don't have many worldly possessions. So,
Well, what do you have? I mean, this is high stakes, isn't it? Or
it is high stakes.
I mean, because yours are looking kind of medium well. If I'm looking at it.
What was
You're
that?
telling me that if Solar's possessions, someone of my station, is medium well?
I'm just curious as to what you have to offer is all I'm saying. I expected a lot. This is the high stakes table. I mean, you know, the kiddie tables are upstairs if that's more your speed.
There's been a curse thrown down on the table.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh,
And a bless.
And a bless.
What's the curse on the table?
It's
You
a 3.
chat? What does that do? What does it do?
Enemies receive 1 level of exhaustion
Oh, God.
as the small and sleepy spirit of Vincent sits in their laps. That's actually very good for this.
What happened?
hope that's good.
Vincent is crawling into their lap.
Yeah.
Little rabbit folk with sad eyes.
Yeah.
With one sad eye. Crawling up
Yeah.
into their laps to take a nap.
You look as
In
Vincent.
hell.
You see this little like weird looking rabbit gets up in there and sits there with its one eye, and you see the Solar
Dare
be
you
like
describe Vincent that way?
very cute, and it gets up there in the lap, and you see the Solar be like, "Hey, what the hell? Get out of here! Go, shoot!" Moves and sort of slips and then goes, "Oh, jeez, what a weird thing." Takes a larger drink, and you can kind of see a little bit of fatigue. You think the Solar has been here for a while?
My question is, how many lucks do I have?
I
Just
think
one.
you have all of them. I don't know.
Fuck. I haven't
We do
been
got a
able to
bless,
keep
though.
track.
What
We do
are
have
the
a bless for a
blesses?
7.
What is the bless? Because I'm only asking because on my persuasion check I critical failed, but I rolled a 1. A total of a 9.
I think you
Welcome, Raiders.
Welcome, Raiders.
Hey.
I'm
Hold
just
on.
gambling my
Our
soul
captain
away
just
real
bet
quick.
our entire
Yeah.
Spelljammer ship and then
So,
rolled that
We'll
one.
give you 1 luck for now, right? As the audience has given you a luck.
I'll scroll
you are
through, I'll
making a
figure it out.
Persuasion check against this Solar's kind of wisdom/insight resolve. As this Solar turns to you and says, "You think that my material possessions are medium well? That I should go play in the kiddie table? I could bet you something better." But you think you're almost there to get him to offer something. I need a persuasion check. I have disadvantage because I just had a curse put upon me. And
Brandon
I
does have
disadvantage.
3.
Okay, I'm gonna use 1. That's a 18. So much better.
Deanna had 3. Now has 2.
I rolled and got a 17. Watch the Solar lean in. Kiddie table. I am not any just kitty. You don't even know what the Celestial Lions look like on my home plane. They could
Yes,
eat
you
you
are.
for breakfast.
I am not a kitty. Nya.
Okay, I add to the bet.
Mm-hmm.
I raise you. I will arrive at your beck and call to perform one act of service for you.
Beautiful. I love it.
In exchange,
Uh-huh.
because I don't believe that the Eternity flagship of Spelljammer Academy, the most wanted ship in all of the multiverse, is truly worth that much. I want equivalent exchange. If I call upon you, you show up.
That sounds like a bet, my friend. Now that's I think.
Okay.
Love your microphone.
You hear me?
Oh,
Yeah.
barely.
Oh, was it doing the thing again?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Here's your drinks. Here's your drinks again. Anything else that you want to add to this bet? Currently, the bet is worldly possessions of the Solar, worldly possessions of the human here, Captain Leon. Sorry, and then also anything else you've bet now? Active service for both of you. The Solar is going to try to.
I think that's good.
The Solar is going to try to read you. I'm going to try to get a range of how good your cards are for a moment.
Okay.
I'm going to make a insight check against your deception.
Okay. I gotta roll it to set it.
What? Wait, I'm rolling it to set it right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I gotta make a deception roll.
Yeah, you're going to make a deception roll against a DC 19.
Let's go. Ooh, that's a 15. I'm gonna use my second luck because I really want this.
Okay.
It's only a 12.
Within a range of 5, what are your cards at?
What do you mean?
So you have to tell me 0 through 5, 5 through 10, 10 through 15, 15 through 20.
Oh.
He's trying to get a sense.
15 through 20.
Cool. He smiles big. Okay. Would you be willing to make one more wager?
You want to raise?
Are you bold enough to do it?
Jasmine comes back from the bathroom.
Jasmine.
What else could you possibly have? What else could you possibly have to give me?
What do you want? I am a near divine being.
Tell him to say, yeah, I'm a little kitty.
You're not
You're
here.
willing to do. You're willing to do anything.
Here's what I'll do for you. I'll help you win the nasty name sweepstake on the radio.
Wait,
It's a small bet.
I'm sorry. This has escalated a lot since I was here. What's happening? That sounds pretty mundane.
Is it mundane if, in fact, I could convince people to put in such good bets to that sweepstake that I could name your crew for you?
Oh,
The Tiny Kittens would be a pretty not scary name across the
much?
multiverse.
How much is your soul worth?
Far too much.
good.
I
effort.
see we're gambling in different situations here. I will check.
I would take the offer.
The ghost turns and looks at you. Do you check?
Sure.
You check. As you say check, somewhere else in the casino, Drizzle, you are sitting in the bar, the Cambion sitting with you, chatting with you. Lore and Bliznoik, you are sitting up at your casino table when you watch arriving in the teleportation circle, Admiral Balthanar, Lore fan, and a group of Spelljammer Academy agents strides into the casino. The Admiral Lore fan looks around for a second, then gestures, and the agents start to spread out. You see Jeremy, the sweaty tiefling, approach Admiral Lore fan. You can't hear what they're saying before gesturing for him to follow Jeremy. Okay, let's show our cards.
Turn to the Cambion and say,
I'm sorry, just a second. And I'm
Hey,
gonna
wait. Before you go.
Oh, I'm not going anywhere.
I'm gonna cast Mask of Many Faces, and I'm going to look exactly like Micah, the expelled student who's also made of jelly.
Oh my god.
So good.
Just to freak them out a little bit.
Okay.
I have a lot of options. I'll go with Micah for now, and then I can change my lane when I want to.
Cool. You are gonna approach. What are you gonna do?
I'm not approaching. I am just changing at the bar stool. I'm establishing that I do not look like the person that they're looking for.
Okay, cool.
That's all.
Not the air elemental you are looking for.
I'm not who you want.
Awesome. Leon,
Yo.
please reveal your cards. And so what we're gonna do, Leon, is on the count of 3, you and I are gonna say the number we have.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So it'll go 3, 2, 1, and then we'll say the number.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, 15.
Natural 20.
Damn it.
He did. He sent me a screenshot.
You jerk.
Why did he get overconfident when he was like 15 to 20?
You jerk. You flip over the cards. The Solar stares at you.
Got a royal flush, baby.
Dark clouds as his straight gets defeated. Good for you.
Yeah. Keep your phone on. I'll be calling in that favor soon. And I will metaphorically, I don't know if it's chips or whatever. I pick Starboard back up and holster it. I take everything that I placed. I get all of his worldly possessions too.
So
Right?
just grab some car keys.
Sir, could you please place your hand on this runic symbol? This will
yes.
transfer ownership of those objects to you.
Boop.
Boop. Excellent. You have now become the owner of 3 objects. They will be stored back in your ship, waiting for you when you arrive.
It was a pleasure meeting your acquaintance, Mr. What was your name again?
He just walks off.
Did his clothes not count for his worldly possessions?
That's
As you-
Leon Greer.
as you-
Captain Leon Greer.
You shout
You say out
loudly
loud.
while the Admiral is 30 feet away.
Listen, do I know that the Admiral is 30
Hell
feet
no.
away? No, I'm gassed up right now.
Drizzle, as you hear Captain Leon Greer, the Admiral goes, raises a hand, and you watch as every one of the Spelljammer agents pulls out a gun. That is where we're going to end the session. As we are in All Souls Welcome Casino.
So good.
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
We're about to fight.
Thank you, everybody, for coming and watching and hanging out. Right now, our party, for those of you who have just joined us, find themselves in the realm of Dis, one of the 9 planes of hell. They are dealing and wheeling with solars, demons, and other entities while also being on the lam as now the Admiral of Spelljammer Academy. The group hunting them down, and his agents have arrived. Who knows what's going to go down in the next one? I think we can all maybe guess, unless they have a silver tongue. And again, your support helps them. You can bless and curse my entities and my people, and you can give them boons. And I have a hunch, whilst being in a plane of hell, that they may need them. So thanks, everybody, for coming and hanging out today, seeing Spelljammer. It's so much fun to watch this group do what they do and make their way through the universe. And with that being said, Max, if you could assist us with just reading off those people who have come and joined us today and supported us a little bit.
Sure, I can try. My handy little thing that tells me all the subs and whatnot has disappeared, but I can scroll through real fast. I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but here we are. Let's see. Scrolling all the way back up to the top. Ah! Hang on. So I think first off, welcome raiders. The welcome in is raiding with a party of 19 earlier. Thank you. Let's see. Is there a place that I could just see all this shit? No. Okay, cool. It was really helpful last time. I had a little overlay on my thing that told me exactly who did what throughout the whole stream, and that's just disappeared. I don't know where the fuck it went. I need to ask Daniel for it.
Okay.
So I know we have that. We have the dungeon scrawlers that raided earlier with a party of 11. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I know, James, didn't you have a subscription at the beginning of the screen? Or the stream?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, JP Lucidius, for that. Prime subscription from Panda Juice Games. I know that one was there. And if anybody else was there and didn't get shouted out, thank you so much. I'm sure we'll be able to pull it up at a later
we love
date.
you all.
We do love you.
We'll give you mad props in the next episode.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just have to figure out how to find it.
Yeah.
So thank you all so much.
Update. So, hey, thank you so much, everybody. And again, it is your support here that helps these players stay alive and stay kicking ass and rocking it. So come and join us next episode, and we'll see what happens when Spelljammer Academy finally faces off with our crew.
Finally, they haven't left us alone.
Thanks, everybody. Let's shoot for the stars and see you next Wednesday.
Bye-bye.